All right, good evening, everybody. 7 p.m. Wednesday night, which means it is time for another episode of One Shot Wednesdays. Your Wednesday collection of the Island of Misfit Toys, brought to you by my Discord community and this show. So we are back again. I can't wait to see these amazing characters actually in action every single week. It seems to be some happy disaster. So I'm excited to be here today. We have two new first timers today. So we are glad to have them. Lewis is a regular from many shows. Charles we've had before, and Nick we've had before as well. Let us start as we always do. We're going to meet the characters real quick, real first. We'll get through it and then we'll jump right in. Let us start with Chivalry Not Being Dead. And ladies first, Miss Summer, tell us about Dr. Donna, which I put in the overlay because it seemed important to give her whole title.
It is.
Okay.
Anyway, so she is a protector Asmar Paladin. Um, and she is like the character background is based off of Dr. Donna from the Doctor Who series. And so she may run into things that she has some vague recollections of. I don't know what else you typically have folks
That's fine.
share.
That's fine.
Okay.
If she runs into things she has recollections of, she has had kind of a disastrous life because the things in front of you today are not pleasant at all. All right. Sorry, I don't mean to threaten anybody. All right, let's move down to our other new timer, first timer. Raz, tell us about Achilles.
Pretty simple for those of us that actually know about Greek mythology. Um, just a straight fighter. Fucking, he stabs things, he throws things, and does lots of damage. He's really fucking hard to kill. And honestly, that's the whole fucking character, if I'm being
Nice.
honest.
I like the idea of, hard to kill in the first 5 minutes of a stream. That, yeah. About to throw that Michael Jordan meme up, and I took that personally. All right, let's go back to the people we've seen before. Huh? Took that personally. Let's go to somebody who Dr. Donna may know. She may have encountered him before. Our first couple here on the show. Very awesome. My wife's watching. Nick, tell us about Gunder.
Gunder is a tiefling, winged tiefling, rogue slash fighter. He is a custom background I have made up that is called a planar smuggler. He exploits differences in time and space and materials and etc. to make profits off various peoples and various planes, exploiting also loopholes in law and stuff like that. And yet he still has a heart of gold, so he'll take on adventures seemingly and ostensibly for his own gain, but really he likes helping people out because of some of the trauma in his past that where his greed has gotten people hurt.
All right, so I'm picturing like Han Solo meets Hiro Nakamura meets Doctor Who, with maybe some Robin Hood thrown in there. All right. Awesome. I can't wait. Let's go up top to Charles, who joined us for what the wedding two.
The wedding veil, yeah. Yes. My druid character. But today I'm going to be playing a Minotaur Eldritch Knight War Mage, sort of just a lumbering figure, huge horns, white and gold armor. The idea being sort of like a guard who is ascended to kind of champion of Zeus status, lightning magic, thunder magic. Just an imposing figure, large booming voice, all that good stuff.
All right, and Champions of Zeus probably will have something of an issue with our villain this evening, and we'll finish up with my partner here on the channel and Tuesday regular. Lewis, tell us about Klarkust.
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 Or you can just call me Clark.
Hey,
Clark
Clark,
is
shitter's
a
full.
forest gnome, druid of the moon, or he believes in protection of all wilds and wilderness throughout the multiverse. He believes in the animals and the wild, can protect themselves if need be, and he's there to show them.
All right. Fabulous. All right. So another great batch of characters. It sounds like. I'm sure they will be great in action. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Dungeon Master and host here. This is our show where we kind of emphasize the idea of getting different people together to play different characters. And as a Dungeon Master, the allure for me is that I get to kind of go these like kind of crazy thoughts and just something I don't have to commit to for months and months and months. So today we are actually doing a module written by somebody from the D&D community, Miss Elise Cartel. She wrote this level 12 one-shot called Tartarus. It's available in the Dungeon Masters Guild right now. Go out and buy it. It's fabulous. You'll see that in a second. And so, yeah, with that, let's go ahead and begin our level 12 one-shot. Tonight titled Tartarus. It's a beautiful day as our party of noble and esteemed heroes finds themselves traveling through a majestic forest between helping and notable adventures and the defeat of evil. All around them on this pleasant spring day, blowing leaves, running streams. And as the party kind of makes their way kind of jovially through the woods, I'm going to give everybody a chance to kind of describe how their character would kind of carry themselves, like a full-on description of what they look like, just what they'd be doing as they kind of made their way through this kind of picturesque and beautiful forest. And we'll start up top with Cyrus. It's a beautiful day. You're with your party of adventurers. You're going from place to place. How are you getting there? What do you look like?
I think as Cyrus is walking down, he's a little hunched over. Probably, especially with a halfling in the group, probably a couple heads taller than everyone. Kind of hunched over. Hot spring day. His plate mail's kind of chafing a little bit. Kind of huffing and puffing. Holding a glaive and a great sword on his back. Sort of just chugging along, just like wishing that he might have packed a slightly lighter suit of armor for the day.
All right. Clark. The National Lampoon's things are not going to end anytime soon, so thank you for that. How are you going about your day, traveling through the woods, and what do you look like?
You see Clark, who slowly steps from the forest, slightly covered in bush material / mud. It looks like he's literally running through the forest with no shoes, just having a blast, and looks to our fighter friend as he's huffing and puffing. I told you should have worn something lighter. Traveling is just not the greatest for all that armor.
This is the armor given to me by the.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't.
It's important for my religion.
Don't exert yourself. I told you that before. It's okay.
All right. Achilles, you've got. Looks like a gnome. Looks like he's running at full speed because he's got short little legs. A heavily winded minotaur carrying way too much. What malady of travel do you suffer from?
Well, to Achilles, this seems ridiculous as he walks around in potentially even heavier armor, but he looks like he was born in it. Like he never takes it off. He's carrying more weapons on his back than you could possibly imagine. But the weight doesn't bother him, the walking doesn't bother him. If anything, it's just the never-ending walking. He looks so bored.
I just want to hit something. All right. Bored fighter, hustling druid, exhausted wizard. Let's check in with Gunder. How are you going about your day?
Yeah, well, Gunder's not too bad with the heat, being a denizen of the fiendish realms. He carries himself with a half plate that is strangely lighter than all of the others. A blade that's merely, or a weapon that's merely, as you can see it, a handle of a blade hanging off of his belt, and a normal shield. He's not exactly what you would call encumbered, and he's just trotting lightly through and not doing too badly.
All right. We will catch back up with Dr. Donna. Yep, there we go. Hey, sweet. All right, let me just flip you guys back here. Ta-da. And ta-da. All right. And we will finish up with Doctor, don't call her Miss Donna. How are you getting about through these lovely forest? And what do you look like? How do you carry yourself?
Yeah, so Donna is a little taller than your average human, and she's walking pretty lithely. She's wearing a lot, but she's not weighed down by it for sure. She's got a shield on her back, and she's carrying her rod, and she's a little irritated that everyone's moving so slow, because she could do this in heels and still be this fast.
And she will let you know. All right, so you kind of carry through. It's actually a kind of trodden road for the last couple of hours. A stream seems to just kind of be ever parallel to the road, meandering its way through the woods. And after a little while, it crosses under as the road turns into a bridge. And off to the side, the stream kind of empties into this beautiful, picturesque lake. And around the lake, the waters glitter in the warm sun as an elderly man walks up and down the bank. A simple tattered hood pulled over his head to protect him from the sun's scorching rays. Occasionally stops and gingerly tries to step into the water, poking around with a walking stick, only to kind of turn around and try like another spot. He does this repeatedly, and he kind of looks longingly in your direction, hood still kind of covering the face, before returning to kind of going back about, wading into the water, seemingly looking for something. You guys want to keep going? You want to just, hell with you, old man?
You said he was looking at us longingly?
He kind of acknowledges your presence or sees you nearby on the road, and as he kind of plods along with what he's trying to achieve, every once in a while he seems to kind of turn towards you.
This is an older man? I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, they're good. It's probably an older person. They're kind of a little hunched over, a little frail. What seems to be a kind of normal sized cloak seems to really hang off of them. There's a kind of lift frame underneath.
What do you guys say we stop and help? There may be something in it for us.
We could pause for a moment, catch a breath.
Can't imagine what he would have to offer us.
Well, he's looking for something.
Yeah, who's not looking for something?
Sort of wave over with my big paw. Hey! Requiring assistance?
Without lifting up ahead, you can hear this kind of frail voice. I seem to have lost my coin purse. It fell out when I was crossing the lake, and I can't see it.
Why were you holding your coin purse in the water?
I'm an old man and I don't keep my balance very well and just lost it when I kind of tipped the boat over. Thank God it didn't capsize or I would be dead.
You said it was in a boat?
Yeah, and as you kind of...
Oh, I was talking in character.
Yeah, yeah, it's right over there. It's just a little rowboat. I use it to come over here some mornings.
And you want help finding it?
Yes, it's...
The boat or the bag?
My coins, my purse, I dropped it in the water. It's somewhere over there. And he just kind of points to just generally offshore into the lake.
Is there anyone more perceptive among us than myself?
Can we see through the water? I've got good
It
vision.
is very clear. You roll a perception check to see if you notice anything that's not...
Sure.
I got an 18 already. Naturally.
19. Oh, it was just the same as my passive.
As you kind of make your way to the shore to talk to the old man, there does appear to be like the glimmering of metal, very clearly like out of place along the kind of embankment coming up from the deep part of the lake, probably about 25 feet from the shoreline.
Does it look like there's anything... like how big of a lake? Like, does this look like a lake that's big enough that there could be like big creatures in it, or just like basic fish? Or is it like a pond?
It's a lake. The distance from where you are to where you see the kind of glimmering metal is not that far. The water's crystal clear, so to that distance you could see your feet and everything. Beyond that, it gets a little deeper. And just like anything, you'd have a harder time seeing deeper. But up to where the coin purse is, for you are a tiefling, so it's probably... You'd probably have to wade in about like waist deep.
Well, first of all, how much gold did you lose, old man? Because I'm not going in there for 5. I'm not getting 5 gold out of the water. I'll just
let
you
you
know
five
that
gold
right
pieces.
now.
We could just do it and be simpler.
It's all that I have.
I understand.
That could still be
sentimental
5.
values is nice and all, but I don't like risking my life for nothing. As you see, I'm not...
I mean, he just swam across the lake. It's not... I don't know if it's that
Biggest of
dangerous.
He's not swimming nowhere. Look at this old man. He said he was in a boat. He
all
can
wet?
barely hold his coin purse. He's not even gonna... He's barely gonna... He can't even hold his coin purse.
Is he all wet? Like, does he look like he actually came out of the water?
His sleeves are wet, like you would imagine from rowing. The kind of splashing of the oars. The bottoms of his robes as well. You would, like, if you came to shore and you kind of got the bottom of your clothes a little wet.
All right, I take one last look. Fuck it, I'm going for it.
Okay.
Wait, come on. We've got to make sure that you're not going to die.
Well, I was gonna say I take a look to see if there's any other creatures or any other like hazards that I need to be keep an eye on.
I cast detect magic, least. Make sure that lake is not...
That works.
Kill
does
you.
he have... Can you cast his rituals as a paladin?
No, right?
No.
I don't believe so.
Oh, spell slide. Ta-da!
All right.
Nothing really dings for you, magically. The old man himself, something's not right about him. Either he is not magical or he is doing a very concerted effort to hide that he is magical.
Is there anything magical about the water that I noticed?
No, just big old glass of water.
Does she tell me that?
I would like to... let's see. Hold on.
Does anyone else hear the Jeopardy theme, or is that just me?
I don't hear it.
So I'm looking for any like woodland creature around the area. Any sort of like bird in the trees,
Fish.
any like woodland creature on scampering along the ground, anything that looks like it's been there for a while.
You see like some kind of small fish swimming around in the lake. I don't know, fucking squirrel. I don't know, man. It's the woods. I don't know. I'm a city boy.
Okay, I jump in.
All right. I'm gonna use.
Oh, you said I could just wade in, right?
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be about like for you to walk to it to be.
How far from the shore? I can fly 30 feet, but I can't hover.
It's 30 feet. And like I said, you walk that 30 feet. The water's gonna be waist deep. The coin purse is basically gonna be at your feet.
All right, fuck it. I'm just going for it. I go get it. Do I need to like roll anything for that?
No. You get kind of make your
Initiative.
way out. You make your way you make your way out, and you see this kind of leather pouch sealed with 2 tassels and some kind of loose change. You pick it up. It is quite heavy. And if you were to shake it, it's going to sound exactly like a wet leather sack with a good amount of coins in it.
And he can see me from where I'm standing?
Mm-hmm. He
all
still
right,
with the
I just walk back with it then.
With the kind of like bowed head, not really kind of looking at anybody, seems very excited, holds his hands out.
All right, everybody like get ready. If I give this to him and he like attacks me, avenge my death, all right? That's all I ask.
TPK 4 minutes.
I don't even get out of the water. I just and chuck it at his, like try to land it at his feet. Kobe.
He's gonna kind of go from this kind of frail, like kind of old man stance, and effortlessly put out a hand.
I duck into the water.
It lands perfectly in the hand, and shakes it. Gives it to who would be the nearest person who wanted front row seats to watching him potentially getting eaten by a river monster.
Definitely the fighter.
Okay.
I'm getting out of the water. I'm running out of the water.
So the old man is going to shake the coin
but
purse.
not towards the old man. Like I'm at an angle away from him.
He's going to give the coin purse to Achilles, pull the hood back. And as they do, this once kind of appearing frail old man is actually a tall and beautiful brunette woman. The hood has kind of transformed almost into like an alligator pelt with like the head, or dragon, I'm sorry, like a dragon pelt with the head, the teeth, the eyes, the whole nine, kind of draped over her.
Like a T-Rex costume?
Yeah, but like she probably killed it with her bare hands. If you're old like me, think Serpentor, but a dragon. None of you get that reference. Fuck all of you, I'm old. She kind of gives everybody a wry smile. Keep the money. You'll need it for your journey. She kind of wades into the water herself. Kind of gives Gunder a little look. Are you ready to help?
I give her a wink.
Are you ready to help the goddess? Open the purse and follow me. And she continues to kind of wade into the water and eventually goes a little deeper.
Whoa. Which goddess?
I've got complex feelings about
There are
which
some we're
gods and
good with, and
goddesses
there
I'm
are some we're
assisting.
not.
I get out of the water. Yeah. No, I don't follow. I don't swim. I can wade. I can't swim.
Don't worry, I can get you.
Achilles, what's in the purse?
I am not interested in finding out, and I'm
Well,
going
then
to give
me.
that coin purse right back to Gunder. Like, here, you earned this. Goodbye.
Oh shit.
And I repeat, which goddess before her head goes under?
I don't care.
A goddess.
None of them are worth the time.
A goddess imprisoned by her evil husband, and she sinks below the water.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, we'll go after Persephone.
What? I didn't hear what was.
Her answer was a goddess imprisoned by her cruel husband.
I don't think Zeus has negative feelings about Persephone, so I'll bite. Can I have the purse? Can I?
I open it. I dump it. I dump it into your hands. Like as you hold it out, I just like, let's take a look.
As you do, about probably 100 gold coins spill out, and 5 silver rings with an aquamarine stone in it.
Fascinating that they're all the perfect width to fit on all of our fingers. Who would have thought?
Okay, 20 each.
Of course, I'll take a 30% finder's fee, and then we can put.
Finders feed these nuts.
Fucking god magic. I don't.
Can I have the smallest one? I've always dreamt of having a nice pinky ring.
Put it on.
All right, I get down on one knee and I just like hand it to him.
Thank you.
As you all kind of stand there, distributing,
Rings and golds.
Yeah.
Or of hearts.
Some fighter coming out of the lake distributing money and rings is no basis
make
for
me
system.
form of government.
Oh, she didn't give me a sword.
This is no basis for a system of adventuring. So the beautiful woman kind of pops her head out again. Does she need to ask you twice?
No, I'm coming. I'm reading in the wall.
This
Let's
is
go.
a terrible idea.
I guess we're going.
I'm just gonna sink. Oh.
Okay.
How deep is she going?
She's going for it. If God, I love you. I love you guys already. I absolutely do. For everybody who gets kind of head underwater, you see her swimming, and as you do, her form, like her silhouette and shape, stay the same. Her once pale skin seems to be enveloped in scales similar to the pelt that she has worn on her head. And after a few seconds, she almost appears to be like entirely like lizard folk as she swims all scaly but graceful through the water towards what appears to be the middle of the lake and a deeper section of the lake.
Does anybody have like anything for going underwater?
I think the rings. I'm assuming the rings have us covered. That feels like.
Oh yeah, that's how gods do this shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there's something that's going to prohibit you from doing this? Yeah, no, there isn't. Here you go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
no way in hell are they.
Fuck it, I put on a ring.
Yeah.
No way
If
in
it's
hell do they
cursed,
give me
then
a
I'll
reason
figure it
not
out.
to do this.
Yeah. So as you put the rings on and fight the urge to Wonder Twin powers activate with each other, there's 5 of you, so somebody gets left out. Tough shit.
That's my
I was
last.
thinking Captain Planeting, but
That's my last attunement slot.
It's this is how we do when we're adults. I don't know Captain Planet because I'm old.
Captain Planet is old.
I was like, that's not a young man's game.
Bro,
It was definitely early 80s.
I was like the G.I. Joe reference proved that I'm a different age bracket from all of you.
G.I. Joe.
That's right. So as you put the rings on, let's go back to that. You feel like just this kind of euphoria and like just as you would after like just magnificent, deep, non-hyperventilating breaths. Just you feel alive, that good mountain air alive. She kind of slows her progress, waiting for you to follow her. As she turns, you can see her face kind of almost entirely lizard-like. No bubbles escaping her mouth as she moves, and just effortlessly through the water.
Can we talk while we're underwater?
No.
You hear me in your voice.
You're telepathic, yeah.
Yes, I'm slowly just speaking to you. Just don't feel nervous. It's okay.
Can we respond to you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
You just hear me.
I'm like Achilles wants to be like, get the fuck out of my head, but all that comes out is
Now I'm drowning. I'm trying to be angry and now I'm dead. Stupid gods. It's exactly how you wanted it. So is everybody gonna follow this mysterious lizard lady? She is handing out. I'll say she is handing out jewelry, so she got that.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Pounds sterling silver.
We got a goddess to save.
I use my tail to give me a little extra. It probably doesn't actually do anything because I don't have the swimming speed.
That's
I just do it for I do it for panache. Oh, and
a swim style.
Speaking of panache, I don't know if this will actually help me at the moment. But yeah. All right, we care. Oh, okay, I can't talk to him. Doesn't matter.
Okay. As you kind of continue to follow her, the lake gets deeper and deeper, and you eventually kind of see this this almost deliberately like kind of cut circular area in the bottom of the lake. Its scale and its precision of shape make you almost positive there is no way that this was crafted by mortals. As you get closer and closer, you start to feel almost like a tug, as either a pull or a current has taken hold of you. Water engulfs your senses as you pass into an underwater cave. Air bubbles rush past you as you swim into the darkness. Suddenly, the current and gravity take hold of you as you tumble down a waterfall and splash into a large underground lake. As you surface in the underground chamber, it is dimly lit, and you are just absolutely overwhelmed by heat. It is hot, and the spray from the waterfall adding a mist has made this interior room, black rock, just miserably hot and humid. At the shore, a large gold statue stands, and a small cavern kind of ducks off to your right. And in fact, we are going to go ahead and throw, ta-da, the map up. So the map is going to be up on stream. It's going to start in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah.
The light blue one in the absolute bottom right-hand corner will be the outside lake that you met the old man and swam into. The one more in the middle of the page on the bottom is going to be the lake it dumped you out into in the cavern.
Okay, I am never doing that again.
Huh. Again.
Why not? That was fun.
Yeah.
Cyrus just kind of smells like wet dog. Like it's not fun for anybody.
Do we see any dogs?
No, but be careful what you wish for.
Oh no!
Wow, three
That's
separate
right.
one-headed dogs. Who'd have thought?
It's a glitch.
Never.
Is that a glitch in the Matrix? No, they don't have a Cerberus stat block.
No.
So yeah, like I said, you're in this immensely hot room. This just beautiful gold, untarnished statue stands there, almost like menacingly looking down on the pool of water, as if it's a sentry or in charge of protecting this area.
What's our lighting situation?
It's very dimly lit. This room in particular does not seem to have a light source of its own. There, from the cavern to the right, there appears to be kind of this ambient orange, like reddish kind of glow that seems to be the predominant light source.
I'll do a dancing lights. Put up like 3 ball lightnings. Just
Okay.
I'll draw my sun sword and activate it so that it also gives magical light.
Okay. As the room is lit up, is everybody still in the pool?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I didn't say I got out yet.
Okay.
Do we still see dragon lady or lizard lady?
She is gone.
Oh.
As everybody kind of lights the room up, it appears that you would be almost inside of a volcano. The rock of the walls and the floors appears to be like the abrasive pumice volcanic rock, not the shiny, glassy obsidian cool stuff. It is just immensely hot. There seems to be no outdoor light, no plant life of any kind. Just this jacuzzi, essentially, and a large gold statue that, despite all of the kind of probably harsh environments of things going on right now, looks unbelievably beautiful and polished.
What is the statue? Oh, sorry. What's it made? What's the statue look like? Is there any specific defining features?
It's just looks like kind of a warrior of some sort, holding a scale and a hammer. Anybody would like to make an intelligence, either religion or history check?
No, for sure.
I would like to make a history check.
All right.
Please. Yeah, I don't have the ability to help with that.
That's just a 9, so that's fine.
23.
All right. Dr. Donna paid attention in history class.
Yeah, she did.
Full disclosure, you guys weren't here at the beginning. I don't know shit about Greek mythology, so if I mispronounce these things, I apologize. And if you know who they are, shout it out and help me out, because I don't know backstories. The statue would appear to be of Thanatos. A deity.
Thanatos did nothing wrong.
A deity who symbolizes death, apparently. Yeah, and it just kind of stands there ominously at the the kind of shoreline, almost threateningly glaring at anybody who would dare come into the pool.
Does it look like it's got any like trapdoors or like laser eyes or like arrows ready or anything like that?
It doesn't. It is, the statue itself is gold. It sits on a pedestal of the kind of indigenous rock about the whole thing. So it's just here for, ambiance, aesthetics. I don't know.
Can we dry off? Can we go to the hot
get out of the
room
water.
Okay.
And take a closer look at it.
Like I said, the statue, more than anything, you get out of the water, the humidity, and the heat against your wet clothes or your heavy armor, or both. Just are really beginning to become uncomfortable. If you would like Gunder to give me an investigations check to kind of check out the statue.
Okay, I'm -1 on it, but we'll give it a shot. 11.
Okay. As you kind of fumble around, looking for arrow holes or more obvious things,
laser eyes
of a trap,
or gold in the scales, maybe.
You come across kind of in between the feet a golden statue of a small dog.
A statue with a statue.
It's not like forged in the same piece as Thanatos. It is made of the same material, and in between his legs and a little gold statue of a dog.
Small, like handheld size, or small as in like as big as our gnome small?
Not to scale of the statue. The statue's probably 10 feet tall. It would be scaled to a more reasonable size humanoid, not Cyrus. And obviously not Clark, but the kind of normal sized ones. For them, it would be relatively small, about like yay big.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna back off from the statue and see what else, what's in the rest of the cavern, I guess.
Okay.
There's got to be some way out of here and out of this fucking
Yeah.
gate.
Donna wants to explore around the walls, touching the walls if she can, because this feels very familiar to her.
All right. Yeah, give me an investigations check.
Seven.
By feeling around on the walls, the most you can kind of decipher is that the walls all appear to be relatively smooth for their material. There doesn't appear to be like any jagged edges where things were cut or any kind of tool marks where anything was made. This cavern is either like an old underground lava flow chamber or was made by extraordinary means.
Cool.
What else? Anybody else want to kind of poke around? Like I said, there's a tunnel aside from the pool statue, and then off to your right is going to be a little tunnel.
Does it feel like it's hotter in the tunnel or cooler?
It does not feel cooler now.
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah, and that ain't too cool. Hey, Joe.
Don't know why I let you guys talk me into this.
Oh, it'll be fine.
I don't want to go crawl in any hole, but I guess
Follow me.
We're already in the
lizard
green.
lady. We can complain to the lizard lady. And I draw my pike and just sort of like, just to have it in front of me, just in case. I start marching down the tunnel, just to have it out.
Yeah, I'll have my sword and my shield at the ready right behind him. Not right behind, but 15 feet behind? I don't know.
Outside of a
her
fireball
shield.
range, if it was
Yeah, there we go.
Alright, so I'm going to blow up the map just to help everybody a little bit.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, I know, sorry. The orientation of it was weird.
There are numbers.
Yes, there are. That was the main reason I was trying to get these for you, because I can't see them, you can't see them. Alright, so like I said, off to the right, you have that little kind of passageway. That would be obviously number 3 on the map. That's where you can basically see, as it kind of curves around, like this kind of orange, reddish, like I said, not direct light source, but like an ambient light source kind of coming from around the bend.
Yeah, I'll lead the way and just march down through the tunnel.
Okay. As you kind of make your way, the obvious like pumice and everything inherent with it being on the floor, it's brittle. It kind of crumbles. It leaves itself in jagged kind of formations as you walk through. And as you kind of make your way through this narrow kind of tunnel, you hear a female voice. I appreciate you coming all this way. It is but just a little further before we can meet. I appreciate you helping my friend and proving your worth. Now, the large task remains ahead of you. And as you kind of meander around the path, you end up at essentially the shoreline to a river of fire.
Oh no, this
Badass.
is much worse.
The heat, once again, is overwhelming. The orangish red ambient glow that has been lighting the cave complex this far turns out to be a literal river of magma. And as you kind of stand there, looking kind of, I guess, metaphorically upriver and downriver, it seems to just cut between the kind of shore where you stand, like a sheer rock face, and then kind of disappear into two separate directions.
Yes, let's follow the lizard lady.
Do we see her?
You do not. Let me get everybody to make a Constitution check, please.
Oh God. Is it
A saving throw or a check?
Just a check.
Okay. 5.
Ooh.
15.
Okay.
11?
Ooh, just there.
Oh no, that was my investigation. My Constitution one didn't go through. There it goes. 19, 21.
Okay. Clark?
17.
17. Clark?
Sorry.
16.
Okay. The overwhelming heat, especially as it's radiated from the river of fire and lava, becomes quite overwhelming, especially to Cyrus in his large frame and heavy armor. The heat seems to hit him particularly harsh, and he will now suffer from 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh no! Oh, this is bad. This is really bad.
Okay.
You'd be alright.
You're fine. Walk it off.
Where do I put that?
I give him a drink of water from my water skin.
Exhaustion is under conditions.
Thank you.
So as you know, you kind of tend to Cyrus, who's probably just doubled over and horribly just spent. From the right side, as you face the river, this pointy vessel kind of pokes out from the cracks and slowly makes its way down. And it looks like a regular canoe made of wood, except as it gets closer, you realize the planks and everything about it are actually bones of some monstrous creature. And
metal.
Aboard the boat is another cloaked figure, probably about 8 feet tall. 2 skeletal hands jut out from underneath the sleeves, and in the eye sockets of the hood, all that burns is 2 fiery orbs. As this figure just slowly kind of rows the boat down and stops rowing, and the boat just kind of effortlessly drifts and somehow comes to a perfect stop right in front of where you all stand. The figure, for the first time, turns from looking dead forward off the bow of the boat towards all of you and extends a bony hand.
Now I understand. We're already dead.
Fuck.
Donna shouts.
I was just gonna offer the boatman 2 gold coins.
No, right. Because the... Oh, yes, yeah. Alright. Alright. And we've probably got enough to get back, right?
I
gave
love
him
that
2
we're all
gold
just
coins.
begrudgingly like
all right, man. I know.
Long term the highway.
I know the deal here. Pay the
Yeah,
toll.
like, I've heard of this one. Alright, I give him 2 gold too. This is how they get you, by the way.
It's going to be another 2 gold to come back.
This is highway robbery.
This isn't round trip.
Yeah, they paid us 10 gold each up front, and we're gonna have to pay 4 just to get around.
I bet concessions is really where they get you.
The gift shop's at the end, so I
You
wouldn't.
gotta go through the gift shop to get out.
I wouldn't blow your budget. Exit through the gift shop. There's a Banksy.
Yeah,
There's a Banksy print at the end. Is it an installation art or is it a scam? Who knows? But somebody paid $40 million for it and went through a shredder. Ha ha, sucker. As he takes everybody's coins, he looks at it looks at everybody. The two fiery orbs go to dark and then a very beautiful kind of crystal blue. The kind of ragged, tattered robes that look singed on like the ends suddenly are like a kind of very nice gray linen, and the posture improves and begins the stroke, and down the river you continue for several minutes, fire literally licking up the sides of the boat.
Going south?
Yes. Occasionally, like a hot ember kind of popping in into the boat, maybe singeing somebody's clothes. And just as he did before, very confident strokes, eventually he stops, and the boat just kind of drifts. And as it comes to a perfect stop on another kind of pumice stone kind of landing, you notice the smell of flowers, and instantly after stepping off the boat, it seems a lot cooler and milder in temperature as you step off in the section that is number 5.
Finally.
That's it.
Find some water.
Airing out my tunic, just dripping. Just.
The boat eventually kind of comes to a rest in what suddenly appear to be like reeds that would grow out of a traditional river on the surface. And the boat just kind of comes to a rest. It appears rocky. The reeds that appeared that the boat now rests in almost materialized out of nowhere just as the boat was about to crash into the rocks. For the first time, you feel like you were being misted with like cold moisture, like you would at an amusement park when that thing blows around. Instantly feel better. And the overwhelming smell of fresh wildflowers and a very calming, soothing song can be heard from inside the chamber.
I don't know about you guys, but I love the smell of wildflowers.
I'm digging the song. Let's hit it.
I don't know. I've heard bad stories about people that follow mysterious singing.
Do you want to pay 2 more gold to go back up the river?
All right, fair enough.
Got him.
Yeah, dungeon masters have
That's
to
also how they get you.
have to be careful with phrases like siren song and things like that, where people go, oh, nope.
I've heard of those.
No. No colorful language. That's exactly what I heard you say. Nope. So as you kind of make your way off the boat, as you do so, the boatman once again kind of returns to his hot topic form. Dark singed linens, probably an outrageous belt buckle, white belt, shot glass, Funko Pop, kind of stands there and making no acknowledgement of you leaving the boat or anything, just staring dead ahead as everybody kind of departs. The song is absolutely mesmerizing. Anybody who was to look in would see a beautiful blonde-haired woman sitting with her back to you, kind of Indian style, in this large meadow of flowers and tall grasses, despite being in this cave. And next to her, a familiar figure once again returned to a more normal form of a brunette woman wearing a dragon pelt on her head.
So,
You know, that was a
Donna.
pretty dirty trick leading us into that vortex like that.
Without moving or anything, a sweet melodic voice kind of booms through the room. I did what I must. I am desperate to be free, and I have tracked you through the oracle to know that you would be passing by this way, and that I knew I could ask for your help. The mysterious figure with the dragon pelt kind of beckons everybody into the room.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Might as well go in.
All right. As everybody kind of steps in, the blonde woman stands up and turns around. She's absolutely stunning, probably about 25 years old, blonde hair. Thank you so much for coming. We don't have much time. I need your help. My name is Persephone, and I'm a prisoner in the Underworld, held captive by my husband Hades. I wish to rid this place of him so that I may be free. He has forced me into marriage and is spending half my existence in this awful place. With your help, I can be free. Will you help me? Travel through these caves and shed mortal blood on 3 objects so that the ritual to summon my husband can be complete. Once your blood has been spilled, travel back to the ritual chamber and be sure that my friend here completes the ritual at all costs. I will give my husband a cursed ring to bind him to this plane, and once he is defeated, I shall know peace. Travel forth, find a weapon of the gods, the target of the gods, and the light of the gods. Upon them shed mortal blood with this, and only then can we continue. And out of nowhere, she pulls out essentially like a stiletto. It is all silver with emeralds in it. Use this knife to shed your blood, and then together we shall defeat my husband. And then she
And who is your husband?
Hades.
Oh, good. So
Daryl.
nobody's serious.
Just that chump.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this is no big deal.
Like,
And now,
I don't want to make the wrong enemies. I've got my big man and your husband. They've got tenuous history. And, I mean, I'm nervous. But, I mean, if Zeus will support me with magic and everything, I guess that's cool. So...
Zeus will not oppose what we have done. He may not help, but the only foe in this is Hades himself. My friend here, the gods, the fates, are behind this. You would not be here were that not the case. This is our moment. This is my moment to live the life that I wish that I could have. Alas, I am bound by immortality. I do not know love and loss, life and death as you do. But I do know sadness and I do know loneliness. And yes, I am a goddess. But do I not deserve happiness and companionship like all creatures?
If the fates are behind it, let God's will be done. And I take the stiletto. If anyone else wants this, they can have it, but I'll just, I don't know who's got the proficiencies at the whole,
it's all yours.
As she hands Cyrus the dagger, she suddenly kind of goes from this very beautiful, angelic kind of being to slightly a little more kind of edgy and paranoid, and kind of gathers everybody up. Come. You must go now. You must hurry before my husband hears of our plans. And she kind of moves you through the grove and the meadow back out onto the shore. And as you get there, somehow the boatman has spun the boat around, oriented back the other way, despite him not moving from your peripheral vision, as well as him not having the space to Austin Powers that thing around. He turns as you approach, and once again he sticks his ugly skeletal hand out. She produces coins from her own kind of tunic, slaps it in his hand, closes it.
Nice, get our parking validated.
And go now before my husband hears. He will take you where you need to
For that
go.
one.
And as he takes the money, he looks at her. The whole Hot Topic aesthetic goes away. It is replaced by, I don't know. What's a hippie store? I don't know.
What's what?
What's a hippie store? Somewhere where my wife shops. That aesthetic. Nature and flowers and pretty and not sad. And once again, as she kind of looks out like off the shore and kind of at all the walls to make sure she's not being overheard, the boatman once again pushes off and slowly makes his way up the river, staying ever silent, ever focused on what is in front of it. And after, 10 minutes or so of this, the boat kind of eventually makes a slight little turn to the left or to the right. And as he has done before, seems to stop his paddling just in time as the boat just kind of slides right to ashore again. This time, a large circular room, probably 60 feet across, 80 feet tall. The floor uneven, as it appears that parts of body parts stick out of the floor, like a hand or part of a face or an elbow. Inside, you see Persephone's friend kind of preparing things, candles, and kind of writing glyphs and things on the walls.
Okay, I know you guys are determined to do this, but come on. That looks like a trap.
It's for the ritual. We will bind Hades to this world. We will defeat him, and that will be it. Otherwise,
it is a trap. Yeah, you're right.
Otherwise, he can escape back to any plane he desires. And
where are we on the map?
You are going to be in
6.
It's fine. It's 6. I just kind of
okay, I see.
So that's the shore. You can kind of see the weird body parts sticking up out of the floor. She's in the middle of that room, kind of arranging things, getting the ritual ready to go.
Well, of course it's a trap. All deals with gods are traps.
Finally, someone speaking my language.
But I do need to request that we stop calling this thing anything more than just a fancy knife, because I think about shoes every time you call it a stiletto.
I always feel very cultured when I call it a stiletto.
Just to be it's just in my hands and everything. It feels like a normal dagger.
Yep.
This would act like a dagger.
It's silvered, so it's going to be weighted accordingly. But otherwise, no magical aura, no juju, none of that. Just probably a dagger that goddesses would use in rituals involving spilling mortal blood.
Obviously.
The huge.
The standard thing.
Yeah, the huge.
We're level 12 adventurers. We've seen plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, this ain't the first time you guys have had to cut your hand and put some blood on some stuff to make a
It's
guy
the
happy.
goober. It's the goober.
Yeah, this is like standard playbook number 6 for you guys. As she kind of hurriedly arranges things, she points to a room in the southeast of go through there. Those are your first query, so that Hades does not release them and have them chase you through the caverns to the rest of the rooms. Through
First what?
Like query challenge.
Cool.
You see a barred portcullis off in the corner, and you hear like the shuffling of 2 large creatures and grumbling in a very deep tone of voice.
Oh yeah.
See them?
What's that?
Can we see them yet? Hear them.
No, you can hear them. If you want to walk over to the portcullis, you can take a look.
Yeah, let's go look.
Okay. Inside.
Carefully.
Yeah. You don't have to get too close. Through it, you can see 2 creatures, essentially from, I don't know, probably about the waist down through the portcullis. One of them kind of a grayish kind of pallor. One of them a much darker gray with accents of red. And they appear to be quite large, and they are actually a stone giant and a frost giant. Or a fire giant, I'm sorry. Boom.
Oh boy, those should be.
How tall is the portcullis itself?
It's about 12 feet tall, so the logic is going to be that they're going to have to duck.
Okay.
How tall are these giants? I don't know the skill.
The fire giants are like 14 to 16 feet. The stone giants, I believe, are like 12 to 14 feet. I think they get bigger with difficulty.
Okay, cool.
Fire giant, cloud giant, storm giant are the top 3.
Can I ready an action? Like, because obviously there's gonna be a fight. Like, can I?
I mean, they might be receptive to, who knows. But yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
We have gold.
Some, yeah.
They.
I think they're gonna care about gold.
I don't know.
Capitalism runs deep in giant.
Maybe
country.
we can free them. They look like prisoners, right? Maybe we can free them, and they'll just leave us alone and go kill somebody. We'll tell them to go fight whoever.
They hear Persephone's friend kind of talking to you, and you see this big, like, fiery-headed face. Looks at you, looks at the other one. The other one kind of bends down. You think they're here for the goddess? I think they're here for the goddess. What would Hades think if we let them take her? She remains here. She remains here. And they kind of a heavy slam. The portcullis begins to roll up, and as it does so, they kind of stand there. Like I said, all you're going to see is them from the waist down. You see one of them holding a giant 2-handed sword, and one of them holding a great club. And I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Here we go.
Roll.
Oh, come
Where
on,
is
gentlemen.
everyone
Can
standing
we solve
in
this with an
relationship
arm
to me?
wrestling match?
Right next to
Okay.
you, because I was looking at their portcullis with you.
Okay.
Do you have a bonus for initiative?
I do. Everyone who's standing within 10 feet of me gets a thing. +4.
Oh,
Nice.
that's great.
So I'm at 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So I'm at 24.
Okay.
Nice.
I got 21.
Okay. All right, Dr. Donna 24.
E.
Cyrus 21.
Yes.
Okay. Who else?
14 for Gunder.
Okay. All right.
Clark got an 8.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh.
Used to you going first, playing monks all the time. Achilles, what'd you get?
16.
16. Okay. All right. So.
Clark, what did you get?
18.
Yes, everyone that stays close to me gets lots of extra bonuses.
Yeah.
Gunder, how many attacks do you have by now? Do you have 3?
No, I just have 1.
Oh, I thought you were playing a fighter. Am I mixing? Am I?
Fighter 3, Rogue 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a rogue with
however-
fighter stuff.
Yeah, I have 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nope, I just got 1
Noted.
attack. I gotta make it count.
Noted.
All right. The portcullis comes up very slowly. The giants seem prepared on the other side of the portcullis. Everybody's within probably about 30 to 40 feet of the giants, which would be just right up until the portcullis. And ladies first, Dr. Donna.
All right. Donna is going to cast Mind Sliver on the fire giant.
Ooh. Okay.
Nice.
Am I going to have to make a
And-
save of some sort?
That is... Yes, there is a save of some sort. If I can see it.
I think it's intelligence.
Uh-oh, y'all. Fire,
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never used mine.
fire
It
giants.
is a 16 intelligence saving throw.
Oh, dog, there ain't no way. Ooh, 16 on the nose.
Oh.
All right.
It's what, all or nothing?
All or nothing.
Oh.
Cantrip.
Yeah, it's the cantrip. They're all or nothing.
What else you got? Paladins doing anything else at 12? Yeah? Yeah, you get something, right? You can do something else.
Sorry.
Bonus action something, I hope.
I mean, not really, right? It's mostly just
Smasher.
Smite.
Smasher smite.
Yep. Nope. Nothing else that I want to do at the moment.
All right.
I will move a little closer, but still try to be.
Keeping everybody around.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody follow Mother Duck, all right? Don't be stupid. All right, Cyrus, next to act.
okay. I think I'm going to draw my pike, but then I'm just going to point it towards Achilles, and I'm going to cast the enlarge spell. Just be like, Zeus, lend us your power, and there's going to be like a bolt of lightning, and like in the smoke, Achilles is double in height. So for up to the next minute,
Dear
it's
God.
advantage on strength saves and strength checks. And plus 1d4 on every one of your attacks.
Nice.
Nice.
Plus 1d4 to damage, right?
Yeah, plus 1d4 of damage on each of your attacks.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
on my action, I'll draw my glaive, cast enlarge. I'm assuming you're not going to try and save against it, right? You're probably...
No, this is hilarious.
All right.
And I don't have any good bonus action stuff, so I'll probably just want to approach sort of like alongside Dr. Donna, just with my glaive up at the ready,
Okay.
sort of creating, a defensive line with my pike.
All right. So, Cyrus, you're going to grow.
Achilles is.
Oh,
yeah.
Achilles. I'm sorry. Achilles is going to grow, and for the sake of argument, we will say you grow up to about exactly giant size in this case. I'm going to get my D&D kaiju battle
Let them
out of this.
fight.
Yeah, seriously, just punch him in the mouth, dude. Straight Godzilla versus King Kong. All right, Achilles, you are next to act. Much larger than before.
Oh yeah, this changes everything. Achilles will rush forth. My mic cut out, didn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot push to talk. So yeah, for the sake of argument, we'll say the stone giant was it?
Okay.
Gonna rush forward and use his shield to shove the stone giant.
All right. Contested strength check, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I got a 20.
26 for the stone giant.
Did you roll with advantage?
I did. Yes, that advantage made all the difference.
All right.
So I rolled a 27.
Okay. So
And
what,
he
knocked
will
prone?
be knocked prone,
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
taking advantage of his newfound hugeness. And he will follow up with 3 rapier strikes, also with advantage against his newly prone opponent.
All right.
The first will be a 26.
Yes.
The next will be even more than that.
Also yes.
And the third will be a natural 20.
Ah! Okay.
Already.
All right. So give me 2 regular damage rolls. For the crit, it will be max damage, and then roll everything again on top of that. So essentially...
Oh, you do fun damage.
Yeah.
4d8 plus 4d4.
It's a regular
plus,
crit, but the extra dice are all max.
Yeah.
plus 3 times your modifier.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm about to sneak attack one of these guys. If I get a crit, whoo.
Big numbers.
Yeah. Also, we don't want to get critted.
It's fine. It's fine.
Why didn't I
Okay,
take the
so-
Mizium armor?
So you said for the crit, it's max damage and then roll damage on that.
Yes.
Okay. And does the max damage one include the modifier?
Yes.
That will be 54 damage.
Total? Woo.
Oh, wait, no, I
Oh.
forgot to add my d4s.
Yes. 3d4 is plus 4.
Make that 70.
70 what?
I rolled 3 4s on the d4s. It's 72 damage.
Okay. 72. All right, gotta do my math real quick. All right, so you're gonna grow like super size, bash this thing with its shield, knock it down, stab like the obliterating shit out of it. It is not in a good way at all. It seems completely shocked. The dragon pelted friend has an odd smile on her face as she returns to arranging things for the ritual. It is now the stone giant's turn. It's going to stand back up because it's not going to take this shit. And standing right there with Achilles in a way of getting it back, it's going to make 2 great club attacks. Absolutely no chance. And a nat 20.
Uh-oh.
So I am wearing adamantine armor, which
Uh-oh.
So what? Just regular damage then, yeah?
will negate the crit.
Okay. Then you are going to take...
Oh, I also forgot to mention that he has disadvantage to hit me because of my cloak of displacement.
Oh.
Then it's going to be a 22 instead.
Alright, that will still definitely hit.
Okay. And it's going to be 15, 20. You are going to take 24 bludgeoning damage as he is just going to rear back and just come down with his gigantic club.
Please, how close to me are you?
You guys are all kind of bunched up together still, yeah?
He rushed forward, so he's however melee range is with one of these guys.
Since you were in the front, he's going to be within probably 15 feet of you, kind of making his way under the other side of the portcullis.
Too far then.
Okay. All right. Gunder, next to go. You're standing right there. The other fighter went breezing by you, knocked the thing down.
Not one to be outdone. So I've got my flaming blade in one hand, my shield in the other hand. I'm going to bone it. Is the stone giant 30 feet away from me or less?
Less.
Okay. So I'm going to bonus action, generate my echo right next to the stone giant. No, we don't get flanking with the echo. So yeah, just right next to him. And so I am going to swing my sword in the air right in front of me, but the attack will come from the echo.
Okay.
Booming blade, sneak attack, not with advantage.
Okay.
You can cast spells through the Echo Knight.
14.
To hit?
Yeah.
No, it's going to kind of see you, look down, and I guess be aware of it, or be aware of its presence and know enough to kind of lift a leg and get out of its way.
Okay. The echo will back up 5 feet then.
Okay.
Taking an opportunity attack if needed.
By the giant?
Yeah.
Okay. It is going to take a opportunity attack with its great sword for a 27 to hit.
That'll do it. Echo's gone.
Okay. How's that work? It just takes a hit and that's it?
It only has its AC is 14 plus proficiency, so it's at 4 right now. So yeah, so 18. It only has 1 hit point.
Okay.
And all of its saves it takes my saves and immunity to all conditions.
I really wanted to roll a big fistful of fire giant dice. So it's going to take its opportunity attack, kind of swat it away with its greatsword. What else you got? Is that it?
That's it. That's what the echo does.
Okay.
It takes up your reaction.
All right. The fire giant is going to slide over up a couple little bit towards Achilles, and it is going to make 2 of its greatsword attacks. Do I have disadvantage or anything? Regular? Just swing at you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, just regular now, because I took damage.
All right. It's going to roll a nat 20 and a 29.
Yeah, both of those will hit.
Okay.
Rolling all the crits on the guy in adamantine, huh?
Yeah, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You take those.
6.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's my job, man. I take...
That's 8, 9, 12, 14. Alright, you're going to take 21 slashing damage on the first one. 12, 15, 20, 22, 24. And 31 slashing damage on the second one. He didn't like what you did to his stone giant buddy, and he's gonna walk up and just quickly dispatch you 2 big slashes with that thing, doing all kinds of damage. Clark, next to go. All right, buddy, let's see what you got. What are we gonna get?
Godzilla.
No, not this time.
No.
Clark is gonna slowly walk up towards the
This time.
fire giant. You're just gonna see. Don't underestimate my size.
And then you're just gonna see my fingernails grow real long, and I'm going to cast Primal Savagery.
Okay.
19 to hit.
On the fire giant?
Yeah.
Yes. I guess
All
doesn't
right.
matter. It would hit both of them.
Alright. So he is going to take 15 points of acid damage.
Ooh, gross.
And as a bonus action, you're gonna hear me go, "Hey everybody, look! I'm a rock gnome."
And I'm going to turn into an earth elemental.
Okay.
Funny joke.
Nice.
Do you get to do anything after you change, or that's your action and whatever you do?
I used my action to do primal savagery, but I can transform as a bonus action. So.
All right, so that's a wrap for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Back up to the top, Dr. Donna. The stone giant back up to standing in very bad shape, and the fire giant, doing all right.
The fire giant is closest to me, correct?
Yes.
All right. So Dr. Donna is going to walk up to the fire giant and use her tentacled rod to wail on him.
All right.
First one is a 19.
Yep.
Second one is an 18.
Yes.
Nice.
Third one is a 16.
No.
Oh.
Womp womp.
All right.
Now, damage, smites, all kinds of stuff.
First damage is 12.
Okay.
Second is 3. That sucks. And I'm going to throw
3.
No.
Oh.
Nah.
I'm not going to throw anything on top of that at the moment.
Okay.
That is going to be all I do for the moment.
All right. You're going to smack it. It's going to hit twice with the out of 3. It's starting to look a little wary. Nothing compared to the stone giants. And we will be back to Cyrus. You going to make the earth elemental giant now too, buddy?
Can't do both. I can't do both.
Oh.
But so we have Achilles has sort of, both of them are wailing on Achilles. Dr. Donna and Gunder are attacking the fire giant. So is it just Achilles that was attacking the stone giant?
I'm attacking the stone giant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed though.
Gotcha. So I'm tempted to run forward and try and finish off the stone giant. I'm not sure if I should do that or try and debilitate the fire giant. I guess I'll try and take out the stone giant. Yeah, I'll raise my pike and sort of like I'll raise it up. I'm gonna cast Booming Blade myself, and I'm just gonna, my pike's gonna start humming with thunder energy, and I'm gonna like run through Achilles' legs and up under, and then stab up sort of into the gut of the stone giant.
Okay. Like my kid running through me. Got it.
So yeah, I'll make an attack roll. That's a nat 20.
Okay. All right. Crits all over the place. This is on the stone giant, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So yeah, I will roll.
A butt ton of dodges.
So max 1d10.
Okay.
Plus I'll roll my second d10. That's a 6, good enough for me.
16.
So 16 plus 7 is
23.
23, and then I'll add the booming blade damage on top of that. So that's another 2d8. So I'll roll 23 plus 2d8. Oh no, just the 1d8. I'll reroll just the one, because one would be no 2d8 plus max. So roll the 2d8. So that's 5. So 23 plus 5, 28.
Okay.
And then another 16 on top of that. So 28 goes to 38, goes to 40.
54.
Or 44, you mean?
Yes,
Right.
44.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Yeah, in total, 44 damage, split between piercing and I think I took the piercer feat. So let me check. I know I get a thing when I crit on.
Oh, you re-roll. Yeah.
Oh, well, no. When he crits, he gets an extra damage.
Oh.
Yeah, so I get an extra die when I crit. So
Wow.
should I match that or just roll it?
Just roll it. Its existence, I think, is the bonus.
Gotcha. All right. So 44 plus 4, so that's in total 48 piercing and thunder damage.
Okay. After all of this transpires and all the various damages from Booming Blade, what does it look like as you dispatch this stone giant?
Like, yeah, just like almost rock star slide, so I don't hit my horns underneath Achilles' thighs or anything. Up under, and then stab up into its gut, and then it's like its chest explodes in the thunder energy.
And it's going to kind of slump down, sound like a bunch of rocks falling off of a cliff. And it's going to come to its lifeless kind of status. The fire giant's going to look down on it. In the background, you can hear Persephone's friend giving a little chuckle.
And I get when I cast a cantrip, I get to do a bonus attack, normal attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like after that, stand up and sort of overhand jab into the leg of the fire giant with my pike.
All right.
And that's gonna be just a 14, so I think that misses.
Yes, that will miss. In the excitement, you're gonna just overplay your hand and kind of blindly stab at it and miss. All right, Cyrus, is that it?
That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Achilles, you're next. All that's left is this kind of pissy fire giant.
Pissy.
Yeah, well, I mean, Achilles is a little pissy too. He took some hefty hits. So bonus action, going to use Fighting Spirit to give myself 10 temp HP and advantage on weapon attacks this round. And I will make 3 weapon attacks against.
All right.
All right, first one is a 22.
Yep.
Second is a 20.
Yes.
Last one is an 18.
Also yes. Double yes.
Nice.
All right, let's see. So that's 3 more rapiers.
Don't forget your D4s.
Oh,
3D4. Come
I
on.
almost did. All right, so that is going to be a total of 46
Woo.
piercing.
All right. Yeah, you're just gonna totally pincushion this thing. Very quick darting strikes, faster than this big lumbering fire giant can move. Yeah. All right. What else you got? That's it.
Yep, that'll do it for me.
All right, back to Gunder. Fire giant pincushion in front of you. It's probably more than pissy now.
Is it how far away is it from me? Because yeah, I'm still
probably 10, 15 feet.
All right. So I'm gonna look back at Persephone's friend, servant, buddy, compatriot, and give her because I heard her chuckle. I'm gonna give her a little wink, and I'm going to spread my wings and fly forward and try to do a stab, booming blade, all that good stuff.
All right. Showing off.
Yeah. Oh, come on. That'll be a 21.
To hit, yes.
And so that will be That's for radiant damage. 16 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Plus for the booming blade, it will be another 10 thunder damage.
All right.
And with that, I will do like a flip in the air and then fly back the 15 feet away, and do like a superhero landing.
Parkour, stabby, backflip, fly,
Yeah.
superhero landing, nailed it.
I go into it, and I kind of look back to see if she was impressed.
She, she hangs out with goddesses all day, and she, it was
That
impressive.
is a no.
It's impressive for a mortal. You're not gonna live forever. She's gonna live forever, man. She'll find somebody that can do that again. All right, cool. That it for you?
And then bonus action, I will manifest my echo right next to him.
Okay.
That will be it.
Is it gonna stay right next to him, or is it gonna be the?
Yeah, it'll stay right next to him.
Okay. We are back to the fire. So how does it work? Do I perceive it as like a real thing, or is it a? Or
Yes,
is
it looks. You perceive it as an object that looks like a shadowy version of me.
It would. I
can attack from it too. So it's a threat, but it's not an object, or it's not a creature or being. I can't get flanking attacks from it.
It would recognize that it's not you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It looks like a shadow of me.
Okay. In that case, it's going to kind of move forward and take 2 more big swings at Achilles. For
Your target.
21 is going to be the highest one. Does that hit?
Yeah, the 21 will hit.
Okay. Seven.
Oh, it does. My turn happened.
What's that?
Because it's been my turn since I took damage. It's the disadvantage is back.
Okay. So then, all right, it's gonna miss all the way around with just 2 big strikes. It's getting kind of desperate, taking all the damage it has. That's going to be it for the fire giant, and we will move to Clark.
Oh, thank goodness, man. I don't want to take any more hits.
I will take 2 big slam attacks in my earth elemental form.
Okay.
Let's see. 23 for the first one.
To hit, yes.
And a 17 for the second one, yeah.
Second one, no. First one, yes. Let's get rid of that stone giant. He did.
So he does 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Just gonna kind of smash the shit out of it, like in the leg against the shin bone. You can just watch it kind of collapse and hear that like hollow thud of 2 bones like smashing together. Gross.
Well, I'm large. I'm an earth elemental. I'm large, so I'm his size.
Oh, still gonna chop him.
Yeah.
Still gonna like chop him in the leg. Just hear that kind of sick thud. What else? Is that it? Two big earthy rock chops.
Meaty thwacks.
Yeah. All right.
With my big rock hands.
Ben Grimm. All right, Dr. Donna.
All right. So our fire giant friend is still going but hurting badly.
Yeah. He's getting on. I wouldn't say going.
Okay. So I'm going to use my tentacled rod and keep going.
All right.
Did you get him?
Nat 20 plus 9.
Nice. This is the most crits I've had in a session in a while.
15 on the second one.
15 does not get it done.
And 19 on the third.
19 does.
All right. So what is the rule for crit?
All right, so max damage, and then roll everything again. So you're guaranteed like your max damage, and then the crit bonus is whatever you get on the second, or in this case, the first set of rolls with the addition to the max damage.
Cool. So I have 6 and 8 max damage, and then I have a 7.
14, 21.
And I'm gonna smite on that one.
Yeah, remember that smites do freaking double dice on crits too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Donna smash.
I critted for 65 as a redemption paladin, or as a devotion paladin. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's all I wanted. It's all I wanted to do was just crit and smash the shit out of something.
Have another game. I'm playing a vengeance paladin, and his maximum smite is like 108.
Yeah, vengeance paladins are nasty.
7 damage.
All right. So the smite on that one, I have 11.
Okay.
I need to mark off that spell slot. And I need to roll damage for the second one, because I haven't done that yet, correct?
Yes.
Damage on the second one is 14.
Okay. Go ahead and describe me how your tentacled rod, your divine smite, and just your all-around badassery take down this fire giant.
So, Donna's pretty pissed at this point. And she takes her rod, she throws it at the guy, and the 2 tentacles go around each leg and hook in. And then you see the radiant damage from the smite just like start to go up this guy's leg through all of his veins. And he turns into a sparkler for a second.
Oh. Oh, does he smell like one too? Gross.
Probably.
All right.
But also this whole place kind of smells like that, so meh.
I was about to say
One
he's
more
a
thing.
fire giant.
Yeah, probably smells like
already
sulfur.
smelled that.
Yeah.
It smells like fireworks.
I always smell like brimstone.
Same. So the 2 giants now collapse. Persephone's friend, seeming very satisfied with herself for luring you into all of this by pretending to be an old man, gives herself a very satisfied kind of acknowledgement. I knew you were the right ones to free the goddess from her prison. Inside the room where the giants were, it appears to be just a prison cell, basically. There are just 2 giant beds of straw, a couple of large plates, what look like buckets for your average humanoid have been serving as drinking vessels for them. And off through on the opposite side of the ritual chamber, there's another kind of passageway.
Cyrus, that was fun. We've got to do that again.
I think that the blood loss might be. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Wait, so there's a desk in the first room in the little dungeon?
There's, like, in the dungeon on the other side of the portcullis, it's just some beds of straw, like some plates and stuff. And then through the ritual room, there's another room.
Plates and stuff? Like
Yeah, like they,
armor?
No, like plates like they'd eat off of.
Oh.
Yeah, while I'm still big, I'm gonna take one of their freaking glasses and drink some of their water.
Yeah, you've got like 20 seconds, so.
It's a little salty. It's
Ew.
warm more than anything. Room temperature here means a whole other thing. Room temperature like your car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And Persephone's friend kind of sets about continuing to prepare the ritual. You guys gonna step into the next room?
They mentioned something about like the weapon of the gods, target of the gods,
Light of the god.
light of the gods. Are those like actual items we need to be like on the look for, or?
I would think.
Vagaries.
Yeah, I think so.
Vagaries. They'll be apparent.
It'll come up as
yeah. All right.
I checked for traps to look through to the next room.
Okay.
I can look.
The next room is just a large kind of chamber, same as everything else, the volcanic rock. And in the middle of this room, on a pumice stone pedestal, another glass or gold statue, this time of a female warrior bearing a gold shield and a silver sword that she seems to be kind of pointing out, just out into the kind of distance.
Can I check, like, if the sword is silver and the statue is gold, can I check to make sure that they're not detachable?
Yeah. Just give me an investigations check.
Sure. Call it 12.
Okay. It looks like there is a seam. It is not one giant forged piece. You yourself, being the Minotaur that you are, depending on your strength modifier, could, in theory, probably wrench it loose from the statue. It's probably about like this big, 3-4 feet long, solid silver, relatively heavy, but it is a completely separate piece from the form of the statue.
I'd love to get it for this shot. Would that be an athletics check?
You need a hand.
Strength check, athletics check, just to what? Wrench it loose?
Yeah, like if it's a separate, if it could be a sword. Yeah, if I could maybe roll with advantage with help from Achilles.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
So,
I don't know what your strength is, but we might want to use mine.
I had a +9 and I rolled a natural 20, so 29.
Then I don't need to give you any help.
It comes loose, and the weight and the force that you needed to get it loose wasn't because it was heavy, but just because it was fitted so perfectly into its socket in the statue. And as you kind of get it loose, it appears unbelievably light for how large it is.
Interesting. So in my hand, is it sort of long sword length?
It's gonna basically be a gladius, but scaled up proportionally to a statue that's probably 8 to 10 feet tall.
Okay, so so a short
great
sword.
gladius.
So yeah, it's a one-handed sword that's double in length, so it's basically like a long sword.
Like I said, proportionally to the statue, it makes total sense. For you, it probably even is reasonably sized. For everybody else, it's massive.
Silver sword. Anyone? Would this be good for anybody? Magic sword.
I could give it a try.
I'm a finesse weapon kind of guy. You guys fight over it.
If you think, I'll hand it over to Achilles. If he would have, I use two-handed weapons, so I'm good.
Okay.
And while you all are doing this, Donna is going to touch the foot of the statue and say a quick prayer to her patron goddess, Athena, who she assumes is depicted here, because who else would it be?
As you touch the foot of the statue, instantly in your mind, you are kind of enveloped in these visions of probably the heroic stories you've heard of your deity. Like those scenes acted out in your head. Her being exceptionally heroic, slashing at things with a sword, defeating great evils, and all of these scenes over her history kind of just flash in your head just as quickly as possible for as long as your hand remains on the statue.
So, after a few seconds, Donna's going to pull her hand off, go, whew, that was cool.
Whoa.
Is there anything else in this room?
That is it.
By the way, Charles, I do have a +11 athletics, which is why I said that.
Note to self note to self.
Yeah, so you're gonna carry this sword with you?
Well, I'm wondering, like, what were the descriptions they gave us? Light of the gods, was it? And then 2 others?
Weapon of the gods, target of the gods, light of the gods.
What was next to the other statue? It was like a mini statue.
Who took the sword?
I have it right now.
Yeah. So in your head, you're just gonna hear my voice. Hey, maybe you should spill your blood all over that sword. Just coat it. Just blood.
I am definitely already bleeding.
I thought you had to use the dagger, though. I'm sort of. Well, I guess I don't hear this in my head, so I'm just sort of like toying around with the dagger, kind of having a similar idea, but not on the same wavelength.
But yeah, I mean, this weapon of the gods, you know, we find a statue of a god holding a weapon. It seems likely.
I didn't take any damage in the last fight, so I mean, if they brought it up to me, I'd be willing to spill some of my own blood. But you know.
No, I've got plenty, don't worry. And I'll take just some of my own blood, which I'm sure is on one of my many limbs, and just smear it over the sword.
Many limbs makes it sound like you have more than 4. I don't...
Oh, I definitely have at least 5.
So as you kind of smear your blood on it, everybody's kind of enveloped in this warmth. And like this slight euphoria, and everybody is going to gain 5 temporary hit points. A chorus of the same melody that you heard Persephone kind of humming as you pulled up is going to fill the chamber for a brief second.
Man, I already had 10 temporary hit points. I feel cheated.
And you can't actually you can't have the 5 on top, so.
Do I need to add anything to my sheet for this creepy god sword?
No. I mean, in theory, if you just wanted to leave it right where you stand, you could.
Wouldn't you leave it in the
statue?
Pretty sure you want to just coat your blood in it and put it back in that hole. That hand is what I would.
Not my style, anyway.
Yeah, I'm not the bleeding type.
He's not even gonna put it back on the statue. He's just gonna drop it on the.
Okay.
Ground.
I'll put it back.
Threw it on the ground.
Yeah, I'll just slide it back into the slot.
You slide it back in, and even though Donna is no longer touching the statue, she's going to get the mental image of Athena, fresh from like a killing blow, almost breaking the 4th wall of this vision, looking from Donna's perspective directly at her, giving her a smile and a little bit of a nod before the vision fades.
All right, guys, I think Athena's pretty pleased with us. We're on the right track, y'all.
I'll take that. That's good by me. We can get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, if there's nothing else in this room, I guess we'll go back into where the people were.
Yeah.
Achilles, you okay? You need to be healed, or are you gonna survive
I'll send my
this?
echo perpetually 30 feet ahead of me.
Okay. This large room...
I wasn't
the large room is going to continue into another chamber. The ambient reddish-orange glow is going to get much brighter. And as you kind of step from one room into the other, this is going to be the perfect time for us to take a quick 5-minute break for everybody. We will come back before the last couple of rooms. The party finds 2 more of the magical items, and gets to fight James Woods at the end. All right. It is
Good reference.
Yeah, it is 9:03. We're going to try to be back in like 5 to 7 minutes. We hope you all will stick around. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll be right back with our level 12 one-shot of Tartarus. And we will see you in a moment. All right, y'all. We are back with our level 12 one-shot Artemis, or Tartarus. Artemis, all these comic book characters and Greek characters get a man confused. We will, so begin. The group is going to be moving from the room where they found the gold statue, smeared some blood on the silvered sword in the statue. Achilles, you're going to stay where you are. Boom, you're going to move. And in the next room, you're going to see kind of a series of lava flows kind of leaking from the wall and collecting into a large pool. I'm going to need everybody to make a Constitution check, please.
10.
Oh, nat 1.
Ooh, okay.
12.
Okay.
Mute.
My computer is totally frozen.
I can hear you. Nick, roll con save for your wife.
6 for 6 for me.
Ooh. Hold on. Where'd it go? All right. You guys are gonna get lucky. 3, 5, 11. You all failed. We were all dumber for having heard your answers. You were awarded no points. May God have mercy on your soul. And everybody is going to take 11 fire damage as as the heat just becomes so overwhelming as you move into this room completely flooded with lava. In addition to having to deal with everything being hot for this whole time you've been down here. I'll teach you for helping an old man. Otherwise, this room is entirely empty. You just appear to
Got
be...
resistance fire damage, by the way.
Okay, so, 5 then?
Yeah.
Dr. Donna, give me a con check real quick. You're back? Yeah.
She's having computers. She's still. I'm about to run over there to see if I can help her.
Okay.
I may be back. Let's see.
We can hear and see you.
If you can't see me, I'm doing you a favor, so you're welcome.
You want me to just hand you a dice?
Yeah.
Throwing them across the room.
Probably.
Emergency dice.
Okay. Alright, as you move into the next room, almost devoid of the light of the lava and the magma and everything, in this one stands another gold statue, same deal, made of entirely of unvarnished gold, standing on the same kind of pedestal. This one with a bow and arrow. Arrow knocked, kind of pointing towards a spot just off in the distance.
Well, they said target of the gods. Target.
Yeah. Is it a distance we can kind of visibly estimate?
If it was like taken from like a pose, you could tell it was shooting off in the distance. In like the actual space, the arrow, is absolutely pointing at a wall 15 feet away.
Nothing else? Just sort of like the statue in the room and all?
Just the statue in the room in the far kind of northwest corner, just across the room. As you walked into it, you would essentially walk under like the arch of, the flight of the arrow between the bow and the wall on the opposite side.
Is Achilles still bleeding? Is it?
Yeah, I was about to say, to answer Donna's earlier question from before the break, I have taken 7.
How many?
77.
Woo, that's a lot.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well,
so
we are
that's-
gonna do some healing if I can get my computer to.
I can take front for a little bit of that. We can sort of trade off. I'll be fine. We can take a little break. We
Okay.
Yeah, those guys hit pretty hard. Pretty hard.
Yeah, you think that, huh?
Can I see where, like, exactly where the arrow's pointed?
It's if you were to like stand on the platform and kind of look down like you would like the barrel of a gun, you could see it's pointed to a spot on the opposite wall, probably about 15 feet off the ground.
Does anybody have a bow and arrow?
I am very good at throwing things.
All right, try to hit the spot.
We need
try,
the blood.
I will try to hit the spot.
Okay.
Oh.
And if it will satisfy...
I just pick up a rock and throw it.
You're going to hit the wall, and the kind of natural like flakiness and kind of brittleness of the walls kind of crumbles in like a big like flat flake. And underneath it, you see basically the kind of beginnings of almost like a 2 foot by 2 foot silver plate. And on it is going to be like an impression of a stag's head. Like a kind of drawing from the front.
A stag?
Yeah, and then antlers.
Oh, like a okay, yeah.
Coming off, kind of embossed into the silver plate on the wall.
Oh, wait, guys. I can do this. Give me a second. And I will take some of my blood, since I'm still bleeding, and just slather it all over the head of one of my javelins.
I can just fly you up there.
Huck it. No, it's less fun. Huck it at the stag.
You're gonna hit it.
That's fair.
Silver being kind of notoriously soft, you're going to take a big gouge out of it, and as your javelin kind of digs in and the momentum kind of carries it, you're going to get a tiny little bit of blood on it. The room is going to fill with that melodic tune once again. Everybody's going to get this kind of like sweat relief. You're going to feel instantly less oppressively hot. What else happened? And everybody once again is going to feel a sense of euphoria and gain 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Gore.
Goody.
In the next room, once again, you're not going to see any statues or anything. It is only going to appear to be smashed, singed pottery. And instead of being broken into like large pieces, it's ground into large sections of dust and pieces like no bigger than like an inch, as if they were like crushed by something exceptionally heavy.
Anything up? If I look up and surveil the ceiling, any sort of like ledges or any sort of drop off? Just pure ceiling.
It's just pure ceiling, carved out of the same rock as the floor and the walls. Once again, probably about 30 feet high in the air. Everything about this room proportionally says that something very large comes through here occasionally.
Like bigger than the large giants?
Yes, bigger than the giants.
Cool. Very cool.
Well, they were fun, so I mean, this will be fun too.
I don't think I can do that again.
No? Okay.
Unless
instead of making you bigger, I could make it smaller, and it's sort of like, you know.
That's not bad. I like that idea.
As the room, the kind of dividing between 2 chambers is much larger. It's about 30 feet across. As you kind of, look around the room you're in, out of the corner of your eye, you see a third gold statue This one bearing a torch and an armful of unmilled grain. Just like the rest, it is perfectly polished gold standing on a rock pedestal. And it too kind of looks off into the distance as if it was like a captured moment of real history.
I mean, light of the gods. It's pretty, the symbolism pretty.
Yeah, pretty clear on the nose, and yeah. So we're in one cavern, and that's toward the side.
You're in 11. 13.
Oh, well, let me see the map.
Is going to be
the statue.
The statue. The room to 12. In that wall, it's going to be an exceptionally narrow gap in the wall. Probably no more than like 8 inches. That separates you from room 12.
Yeah, I can't fit in there.
We do have a.
Can we look in there?
You can see there is appears to be like a very nice sandstone altar, white cloth draped over it, wild flowers, and like a very aromatic floral smell coming from the room.
And this is okay. That little gap to number 12.
Oh, hold on. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, we got it back to.
So there's flowers on the thing and cloth with flowers. Okay.
Blow the thing up a little bit.
Yeah. See.
Dr. Donna, the bleeding thing has been fun, but
yeah, let's do some healing. Let's do that.
Well, let's go do the light thing first while we got the blood.
Hold on, don't heal him yet. We still need that.
Link some of that over there.
We're just gonna have to cut you again.
Can we just get like a paintbrush and just kind of?
This is turning to the end of Saw. Look, man, I'm kind of starting to feel a little woozy.
Scary movie.
You know what?
Scream.
Who still has the crazy silver dagger thing?
I have the dagger.
I'm just gonna smear some more blood all over the silver dagger. There you go.
Very nice.
Take all you want.
Lovely.
All right, let's do
throw
some
the dagger
lay on
at the
hands.
flame.
As you do, the melodic sound once again fills the chamber. Everybody kind of cools down. No hit points this time. And you hear from off in the distance the kind of melodic, beautiful voice that guided you through the cave. All of the objectives have been met. Meet back in the ritual chamber and set me free.
You hear a beautiful voice go. Ah,
The Halo song plays.
ah.
You're still a stone elemental, right?
Yes.
It's okay, it's just kind of hovering alongside us. Just
No, actually, I'm like, you only see like the shoulder, neck, and like
because you're in
head.
the earth, yeah.
And so like anytime we stop, I just kind of like slowly rise and stand, and then anytime we move, I just drop and scuttle along.
I'd love to stand on your shoulders and just kind of like scoot along.
No free rides. I'm not some circus pony.
As
That costs extra.
As the melodic voice kind of subsides, off in the kind of around the corner from the statue, you hear like a rumbling from deep within the earth that seems to be getting louder. At first, it starts kind of just like a shake, and then it starts to get like a rhythm, like footsteps or something climbing up from the depths.
All right. So while this is going on and we're hearing this and starting to become vaguely worried, but we're all immune to being frightened as long as we're close to me, I'm going to lay on hands to Achilles
Okay.
for 60 HP.
Ooh, nice. That's all of it, yeah?
Now,
Yeah.
now we're feeling good.
Yeah, that's
no,
all.
not quite, but close enough. We'll take it.
But like, I could do the thing, and then we're good. It's enough.
Okay. As the kind of rumbling and pounding that hopefully is conveyed in the camera as I smash my desk, you hear from the room you just came from a sliding of rock, and light seems to pour in from the southeast wall of the room you were just in prior. And through the little kind of opening, you see the kind of oddly shaped floors, the disproportionate body parts sticking out of the ground, and you catch the occasional glance of Persephone's friend kind of rushing around, looking like putting the finishing touches on. And after a moment, a beautiful blonde figure kind of steps into the way. Come. We have but one task left before I can be free.
Go. Forth as warriors.
Do it.
She kind of stands back. You guys are all going to fill into the room. As the last person in fills in, the kind of hidden door is going to close, and very large footsteps can be heard.
Send my echo out in front of me.
As you... Okay, so you're going to send it into the room
Just
with...
whatever's 10, 15 feet in front of me.
Okay, the room with the first statue. You can see through it. You can see like through its eyes. Okay. As it kind of positions itself near the statue, just out of your range, the light from the room with all the magma becomes obscured in shadow as this just hulking figure, 30 feet tall, slumped over, barely kind of clearing through the cavern, makes his way. And as the kind of turns the corner, he even has to squeeze through the opening. Who has summoned me, Persephone? I do not take your trivial games lightly. As it kind of storms past, and at this point it's going to come into view of your echo, and it's just going to be this hulking bearded figure, all black and gray, kind of pallid and drawn face, fire red eyes, as it's just going to come lumbering around the corner. Persephone at the entrance from the room, the ritual chamber, to the room that Hades is coming in. My love, I apologize for these mortals got lost on their way here and were in possession of this ring, and I thought it a proper blessing for their safe return to their realm. Please accept this very humbly on behalf of our mortal friends who know not what they do. And she kind of turns and looks to the party for something. He kind of comes in, looks. These mortals, forever trespassing on our domain. They do not belong here before their time. They shall not remain here 1 second longer. Yes, my love, I understand, for it is a blessing to be here when you don't want to be. Take this ring. Let it please your anger, and let me deal with them. Looks at it. Very well. Takes the ring, puts it on, And as he does, he kind of jerks. What have you done to me, woman? She gets this very satisfied smile on her face as she backs up all the way through the ritual chamber and into the boat. As the boatman rows away, he, frozen in place, continues to twitch. I will remember this betrayal. He makes a motion with his hand. He makes a motion with his hand, and up from the ground appears just this horrendous creature with 6 eyes, just drawn leather skin. And he continues to twitch as this thing materializes up out of the ground. Gives everybody a ferocious roar as Hades kind of remains kind of stuck. And I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
All right.
Let's do it.
Everyone
That is
gets
way
+4.
too many eyes.
Yeah, we're right there with you.
Max roll.
Is that with the +4?
Mm.
Oh, nat 20, so I got 26, so I got 30.
I got a 24.
25.
Oh, we got some good initiatives.
We were ready for this fight.
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
We knew what was up.
4.
Wait,
Who's that
you
with
got
the 4?
a 0?
You get a +4
No.
to initiative. 8.
I get a
Oh.
-1 because I have to take the dex of
Oh.
my earth elemental, which
Oh.
is a -1.
Oh.
And I rolled a 3, so that's a 2 plus a 2 is a 4.
All right.
Plus the 4 from
That's 4 from me.
Torga, from Donna.
Yeah, I got it plus the D4, right?
No, plus
it-
No,
4.
it's not a D4.
Oh, it's
it's
actual
just straight
4?
up 4.
Oh, so then it's a 6.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead.
Huge
And,
difference.
I mean, it's a little better, right? He might have gotten a 5.
we're going to assume Clark goes last. Who got some ridiculous number? Who got almost 30?
I got 30.
Okay.
With the +4?
All right. Somewhere closer to 25.
28.
I was 25.
All right. Achilles?
24.
Dr. Donna, you also at 24?
No, I had 25.
Okay, cool. That makes it easy. And then... All right. As Hades kind of continues to kind of spasm and jerk, his form goes from this kind of rather solid humanoid-ish looking form, and it slowly is turning like this dark black, almost like a liquid type movement, as if he was being enveloped by something that was kind of dissolving away at his form. Gunder will be first to act. You got the big, ugly, dog-looking thing, and Hades in a kind of state, we'll say.
Okay. Which one's closer to me?
The dog.
And how close is it?
Probably 20 feet.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and send my echo forward.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and make my booming blade attack. It's not next to anything else. Like they're not close to each other. They're not within 5 feet of each other.
Within 5 feet of each other, no.
Okay, so I will be able to use my rockish audacity to get a sneak attack in.
Okay.
Rolling a 12 plus 12, so 24.
To hit, yes.
All right. That'll be not. Let's see. That'll be a 10 radiant damage plus sneak attack. That'll be another 15. Also radiant, and the booming blade for the thunder. That'll be a 6.
All right.
So it'll be 31. Oh, and another 8, 10. If he moves 5 feet before my next turn, he'll get another 13 in thunder.
Okay. I'm gonna make you remember that.
Yeah, I've got that.
Good, because there's no way. All
Oh,
right.
you got his damage all down though, right? 'Cause I didn't write it
No.
down.
I keep track of that effects, and it's on you. All right.
I usually do, but not when I do it because I don't usually do that much damage in one move. All right, and then yeah, I'll move the echo back 10 feet.
Okay. Is that gonna force? Was it in melee and then it is not now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would take an attack of opportunity.
If he would like to, then that is just fine.
Yep. It's kind of big and dumb, so yes, it will. It's gonna roll a nat 1, so it's gonna bite at nothing. All right.
And I will use my bonus action, which I only get a couple of these a day, to make another attack. This one can't get sneak attack, but it can get and they can't get booming blade. It'll just be a regular old attack.
All right.
Oh, but it's a nat 20.
All right, nice.
Was summoning the echo not your bonus action?
Oh, you're right. That was my bonus action. Thank you.
All right.
No, I already had the echo when I walked in because I said it was.
Yeah,
you were
said
scouting with it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more like shielding myself with it. All right, so my regular roll was a 19 with the crit, and then you say add another damage die.
Yeah, roll the damage die
at max. So it'd be a 27. And this isn't an undead, right?
No.
Okay, so yeah, just 27. That'll be it.
All right. It's going to kind of just stand there like a big giant monster, take its damage, roar in pain, and its 6 black eyes are going to turn like a fiery red as it kind of turns and looks to just lash out. Cyrus will be next to act.
Achilles, how do you feel about evening the odds?
Let's do it.
Same deal. I sort of just slam my pike into the ground, and there's another thunderous boom as I summon forth my father Zeus's power, and Achilles doubles into height again.
All right.
So that's a casting of enlarge, and so yeah, same glaive in hand. No, nothing I can do in my bonus action. I'm gonna stay at a good 30 feet away from this thing. Honestly, like 35 or like just outside of that, just sort of like pike up, ready to charge in maybe next turn.
Okay. So what? Kind of back up against where the secret door was against the wall?
Yeah, because I got reach on my pike, so like 30 plus that extra, it's like 35 feet, like ready to charge back in, sort of keep it range.
Alrighty. Cool. That's that. Dr. Donna. Hades still kind of twitching about in the moments, whatever seconds in real time. As the attacks have been going on, he's slowly kind of shrinking in on itself. The black whatever that's enveloping him seems to kind of be covering him ever much more. And you don't hear any sounds, but just kind of see the jerking.
Okay.
All right.
So I am going to cast Mind Sliver
Okay.
on our dumb little friend
Okay.
for 12 damage.
All right.
And I'm going to move a little bit closer, so I will be within 15 feet of him, because he is relatively close, like 30
What kind of saving
feet.
throw? What kind of saving throw is it?
Oh, sorry.
Intelligence, right?
Yes, it's an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
I guess that.
There's no way. It's hold on. I'm still gonna roll. It got a 3. It's got a -4 to intelligence.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a big dumb animal, folks. So yeah, it's gonna take its 12 damage. Its head, it's gonna kind of like an animal. Anytime it's confused, just kind of backs up and shakes its head, not understanding why its brain hurts. Its fire red eyes are gonna kind of blink gray for a second and then kind of snap back when it comes back to reality. All right, what else?
If I remember correctly, it also gives it like a -1d4 on its next saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, before the end of my next turn.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Any more abuse you want to display on this poor animal?
I'm going to move closer to it,
Okay.
to be within about 15 feet, so that I can do some melee damage next time.
All right. It's going to kind of shake it off. Hades still kind of twitching about. Let's go to Achilles.
Never mind.
About how big is this thing?
It is categorized as large.
Oh, same size as me now.
10 to 20.
I can work.
Yeah, like I said, I'm getting my like Greek kaiju battle. So, like I said, if you want to punch this thing in the mouth, that'd be cool too. Like on the back of an aircraft carrier or something. Bah!
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that idea. So as he's running forward, he's gonna quickly, pull weapons from his quiver, and he's gonna throw 3 darts forward with sharpshooter. So let's try that. All right. So first one is another 24 to hit.
Okay.
Nice.
And a 23 to hit.
Yep.
On sharpshooter, you got all that on your -5?
Yeah. I have a plus 11 normally.
Wait, so is it?
Yeah, I only need a +6.
So is that a +10 from all 3 attacks? Right?
Oh yeah, plus 10 damage per hit, yes.
Nice.
Cool. Don't forget those D4s.
Big numbers.
I didn't this time, I remember.
Okay, all right.
The dart does a D4 anyway. So it is 64 damage.
Ooh.
And then after throwing those 3 and closing into melee range, he's going to do a bonus action shove with his shield.
Okay.
Nice.
Holy crap, my lucky die is especially lucky tonight. That is a DC 29.
Okay. 18.
Oh.
All right, so it is now knocked prone.
Okay.
And Achilles will then back up to be standing sort of forward diagonally from Dr. Donna.
All right.
And then behind and diagonally from the Echo too. Then the Echo would be between you and it.
Okay. The monster is just gonna kind of overwhelmed, stand up on 2 big feet like a bear or a kaiju, because I can't let that image go today. It's going to let's see who's nearby. Gunder, you're pretty.
The Echo's closest.
All right.
I'm 30 feet away.
Okay. It's gonna take like a big bite at the Echo for a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So
Echo's dead.
All right, so it's going to disappear. It's going to take a couple of steps close into the room through Achilles for all of its massive damage that he inflicted, and also take a bite. That's going to be an 8 to hit for nothing. And after the bite, he's going to take 1 big swipe with a giant paw.
At disadvantage if it's attacking me, don't forget.
Okay. Then it is going... Ooh, same thing both times. So, yeah. It's going to be a 24 to hit with its claw.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll land.
It is... You are going to take 11... you're going to take 15 slashing damage, 11 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength save, please.
Oh, thank goodness for enlarged.
Yeah.
couldn't fail this if I tried. Come on, dice. 26.
Okay. And with its paws, it smacks you. It's going to try to knock you prone. Being the big beefy boy that you are going to withstand at least being knocked down, but take the damage that it slashed at you with. All right, that's going to be it for the dog.
I'm going to use my reaction.
Okay.
To intercept some of that damage.
All right.
And reduce it by 1d10 plus 4.
Okay.
Achilles, do you want to roll for your reduced damage?
I mean, you're the one intercepting. Why don't you do it? Everybody loves rolling dice in D&D.
That would be 9 reduced damage.
Nice.
I will take that.
How many of those do you get to do?
I mean...
Is that fighting style? Oh, you
Yeah,
just always do that.
Style.
Oh,
yeah.
it's your reaction. Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Go, carry on. I'm dumb.
All right. Okay. All right. That's your reaction. Achilles, a little less bleeding, even though it's been the theme today. Why stop now? Let's go to Clark Rock Machine.
So you'll just kind of see this like rock figure start just like coming out of the floor next to the creature, and with my 2 big hands just kind of slam down on top of it for what is that? A plus 8 to hit, so that's 22 to hit.
Yes.
For the first one.
Yep.
Watch out, cat. Ooh, and a 10 for the second one.
No.
All right, so. 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. You're just gonna come crashing down on this thing. I'm gonna get my kaiju imagery. Big rocky thing smashing into this big giant Ghostbusters looking dog. It's aware of like the damage that it's done, and it makes like a sound of pain. But the fire in its eyes remains. This thing is of a singular mind and does not appear to be deterred in any way, despite taking quite a beating. What else you got, Clark?
That's it.
Okay. We will go back up to the top with Gunder. As I said, the beast not doing very well. And
yeah.
Hades still kind of twitching about.
All right. And the beast is right next to a couple people, right?
Yeah.
All right. I look over, like I'm looking over at Hades. Do I get any idea of whether that's a bigger threat or whether I need to? What do I? Yeah, do I get any idea of what's going on?
Ever since he's put the ring on, he seems pretty frozen in this like physical space. He's moving around within it, but he can't move forward or around or anything.
Right.
This new blackness seems to have almost completely like enveloped him. He seems almost like Hades stuck in a sleeping bag that's too small. It seems to be squeezing his form smaller than his kind of natural state. That's what he looks like. Whatever you can determine from that's up to you.
And Persephone is here?
She ducked out. She backed out through the room after giving him the ring, and she got on the boat, and my man paddled her ass down the river.
And her friend has gone too?
She finished the ritual and was on the boat with her girl.
So it's just us, the monster, and
just
Hades.
you, and the monster, and Hades in a sleeping bag.
All right.
All right.
All right.
The monster and Hades in a sleeping bag.
All right. Well, if we take care of this fucking monster thing, then we can deal with whatever's going on with Hades. So he should be less than 30 feet away from me since he moved forward to attack my Echo.
Yep.
And then attack someone else. So I will spread my wings, flourish my rapier, getting ready for a booming blade.
Okay.
And I'll fly in for a sneak attack.
All right.
He's not prone anymore, right? Somebody got up before that.
No, he is prone.
Oh, he is prone.
Did he not get up for his last attack, or did he get knocked down again?
Oh, no.
No, he got up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry.
So just
because I didn't move. Okay.
20.
To hit, yes.
Yeah, and so that'll be 14 radiant damage,
okay.
Plus the booming blade will be 11 thunder damage. So that's 25. And for the sneaky attack, that'd be another 11.
Okay.
Oh shit! And I forgot. So when he moved on his last move, he would have taken another extra 13 damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah, from booming blade.
Yeah, and then so this time, if he moves again after this, which probably won't happen since people are up close to him, but if he happens to before my next move, he will take another 19 damage, and I will write that down too.
All right. Yeah. Despite the kind of obvious injuries, the burns from all the radiant damage, the bruising from being smashed by like a rock and pushed around, this thing just seems completely undeterred and is just relentless in its ambition at this point. It roars. It just kind of moves around threateningly, like a caged animal that's been injured. What else you got?
And it does look pretty injured?
It does look very injured.
All right. So I'll do another backflip and fly off. I only have about 10 feet left of movement with my flight, so I'll just land about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Hold my hand forward and unnecessarily hold my hand forward, like that's how I do it, and just manifest a new Echo.
Okay.
Shadow clone style.
All right.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. The new Echo going to be.
The Echo's right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah, like directly next to it.
Okay. All right. Back to the top or not to the top, but Cyrus.
Hey. So everyone's ganged up on this big beast, sort of putting their punches in. I could join the fray, or I could just throw something in. I'm not quite sure. I think. You know what? Yeah, we'll charge in. Yeah, I will. I'll move in 30 feet, so I'll be 5 feet away from it. Use the range on my pike to cast a booming blade again.
Okay.
That'll be a 30 to hit.
All right. Jesus.
So it'll be 17 piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus 9 thunder damage. And then I will use my bonus action to make another attack with my pike.
Okay.
And that will be 20 to hit.
All right.
And then I rolled a 3, but I'll re-roll it using my piercer feat. And that's another max damage, 17 piercing damage.
All right. Tell me how you dispatch of this big dog.
Yeah, I think I'll give credit to everyone else. I think that it's sort of like it's getting pummeled by everyone's attacks, the strikes from the stone elemental, and everyone's sort of picking in their punches. And then I just find my spot. And again, just sort of like, maybe even like I ask Achilles to toss me up in the air, and I come down and pierce its skull and with the booming blade, and then stab it again and ride it down.
It's going to come to like a thudding, heavy crash. Like this acrid ammonia smell is going to kind of fill the air. And as it kind of comes to like its definitive rest and the ammonia fills the room, the Hades figure, now enveloped in this black inky stuff, continues to shake. And as it does, the ink kind of comes down off of it, and this once humanoid figure has been replaced by this tentacled monstrosity, huge gaping maw. It's going to float up to the ceiling, tentacles dangling beneath it, and just screaming this deafening, shrill pitch. No eyes, just this absolute horrific thing from up above. And Cyrus, that's it for your turn? Now that it's...
yes, that's everything.
Okay. All right. Dr. Donna, welcome. This thing, kind of, its body, it's going to be, think of like a squid, the big part up top as it floats to the ceiling, its tentacles kind of dangling below.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. So I'm casting Crusader's Mantle.
Okay.
This room is fairly small, correct?
It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be basically, it's going to be an 80-foot circle.
Okay. Well, inside that 80-foot circle, circled around me, is a 30-foot circle that is going to deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage to any hits made from my friends.
Okay.
Within that 30-foot circle around me.
His
And
action surge.
Everybody bunch up against
what?
the doctor.
No, it's okay.
And there's a bonus thing I could do. There's not a bonus thing I could do because that also requires concentration. So I am done at that point. I'm gonna. How close am I to this thing?
If you're, we'll say, in the center of the room to maximize like your aura, 2, 3, probably about 50 feet away. We'll give you like your aura extends, and then probably 20 feet. 20 feet to the kind of beginnings of the tentacles.
Okay, then I'm going to stay where I am. I am going to take a bonus action because I am going to harness my divine power to get one of my spell slots back. And I'm going to take a first level spell slot back.
Okay. Use it for the smitey smite.
Yup.
All right. So you cast your little aura. Nobody wants to touch this nasty thing. All right. Very well. Dr. Donna. Achilles.
All right, so this thing's sort of floating up in the air.
Yes.
And
it's
about how far away?
From you, probably about 20 to 30 feet.
Oh, okay, that's no problem at all. So I am going to use one of my fighting spirits to give myself advantage on attack rolls this turn.
Okay.
And I am going to throw 3 javelins with my first attack action. Ooh, first one is only a 16 to hit.
It does not.
Second one is a nat 20.
Yes.
So that'll deal 29 damage.
Okay.
Including all those d4s?
Yeah, I had to add your d4, her d4.
The d4 I stepped on tonight when I got up. All right. Yeah, so you're going to throw these javelins. You're going to hear like this kind of squishing sound, like when you pop a water balloon, as the javelins kind of pierce this kind of loose, baggy flesh that hangs from the underside of it. It's going to make no acknowledgement of pain or damage. just going to get stuck with javelins and kind of continue on in its movement. They're going to kind of shake loose and fall to the ground.
So I guess the fact I had another attack is probably...
No, you're good. Just going to keep you updated on what's going on with it now. It took all the damage and everything. It's just, you know, like I said, it's gross and it's a monster. Probably doesn't think of pain.
Gotcha. All right. The third one was a 20.
Yep.
What number was the one that didn't hit? I'm sorry.
It was like a 16. Didn't hit.
Okay.
And that's going to be 15 more damage.
All right. Same thing. The javelin's going to stick. It's going to kind of more of a shimmy. And the javelin's going to fall to the ground as the tentacles just kind of wildly kind of swing about. What else you got?
Well, I don't know what I expected, but it was a little more than that.
Okay. All right. It is now Hades' turn. It's going to kind of spread its tentacles and take a shot at who's going to be the farthest away. Donna's in the middle. Gunder's pretty close. Achilles is pretty close.
I'm wherever the beast fell, so.
Alright, it's going to take...
I might be farthest away because I keep my echo close to everything.
Okay, so it's going to hit... It's going to take a tentacled swing at everybody except Gunder.
I was ready to take it.
Cyrus, it's going to be a 21 to hit.
21 to hit? I'll use my reaction to cast my arcane deflection.
Okay. And
it boosts my AC by 2.
Okay.
For that one attack.
Is that gonna that makes it a miss?
Yeah, I'll go up to 22, so
okay.
I'm fine.
Clark is going to take 29 to hit. Achilles is going to take a 22 to hit. And Dr. Donna is going to take a 15.
The echo should take it too. It was closer.
It only gets 4. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh.
So I guess Dr. Donna was the only one that missed. Yeah. All right. So everybody who had hit is going to take 11 bludgeoning damage. And is now grappled with the tentacle. Shit. It's going to grab, like, smack you and kind of grip around. So...
I'm going to use my reaction.
Okay.
Who is our squishiest?
That got hit.
That got hit, yes.
Nobody, really. I mean, Cyrus got missed. Clark got hit, but is elemental, so it's probably pretty tough. Achilles been bleeding all day, so he's fine. I don't know. You guys help the lady out. She wants to help one of you, even though I think you're fine. But what do
she took the protector fighting style. Let's let her use it.
I mean, I think I've taken the most damage, but to somebody...
Well, the extra AC... That's what it does. It does extra AC?
No, it takes away damage. Got hit. So I am going to do Achilles since he's taken the most damage. I rolled a 7 plus 4, and that would mean you're taking no damage from that.
Nice.
It does. It does mean that.
Do you take it or nobody takes it?
Nobody takes it.
Okay.
Her shield takes it.
Oh, nice.
So
no, it has nothing to do with my shield.
Okay.
So if I didn't take any damage, am I still grappled?
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say yes. It's still
the effect still went on.
Yeah, the effect still happened. Because
you.
if she healed you for 2, you'd still be grappled or 1 minus. So we'll still say grappled. Clark 11, Dr. Donna nothing, Cyrus nothing. That's going to be it for Hades. His 4 gross tentacle attacks. It is going to be Clark now.
to attempt to grab the like tentacles off of my legs and just like kind of like, you know how you'd like fluff a bed sheet, just kind of like
All right. It's gonna be a strength check just to knock it loose.
So that is 19.
Yes. So you're gonna kind of jerk it. It's gonna kind of let you. It's gonna let you go.
All right. I guess that's my action.
Okay. You are now freed. Clark. Back up to the top with Gunder.
All right. So I don't think I'm close. I'm close enough to get to it, but I think my echo is. So I'll move forward until I'm 30 feet from it, so my echo can get to it without disappearing.
Okay.
And so yeah, the echo will go straight up into it. There's nobody else next to him, right? He's by himself.
Yes. At least
okay.
that close, yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah, so I'll just do a regular attack. Rockish Audacity with the booming blade. That is a 22.
To hit, yes.
That is only 8 for the radiant damage, 16 for the sneak attack, and 10 for the booming blade.
All right.
And if he moves, which I will again keep track of for you, so it's 34 damage so far, and then 17 more if he moves.
Okay.
Less 1d4 radiant?
No, because the echo's not with. Oh, is he within your
30 feet?
Yeah. Well then,
yeah,
4 it is.
All right.
Thank you for reminding me, and that'll be an extra 3 damage.
Okay. It's going to, take your slashes from your echo.
Yes, which will come in the form of radiant damage and thunder damage.
Okay. The radiant damage is going to kind of cause the saggy, baggy flesh to sizzle a little bit, making the room smell even worse, if that was possible. Still, without any eyes or kind of facial features aside from his giant mouth, this thing has no way to really express pain that you can see. It just seems like this mindless thing just going about it. All
right.
What else you got?
All right, so that's all my moves except I will move my echo back towards me another 15 feet, hoping to provoke a opportunity attack so everybody else can come in and get an attack with that one.
Okay. It is going to take an opportunity attack with the free tentacle that Clark escaped from.
Okay.
It's going to be a 14.
Shit, right.
14 to hit?
Does not hit.
Okay. It's just going to kind of randomly flail and miss.
All right, and I'll get back as far as I can. I'll probably still be in tentacle range, but my echo will be between me and it, and I think that'll be my action. I'll get ready to start helping somebody else out if they can't get out of the tentacle. That'll be my action. And I shout out, if you can get it, if you can make it move, make it move.
Okay. All right, very good. Cyrus.
I think I'm deciding between 2 of my cantrips, but I think I'll just go with Old Reliable because I'm scared it's resistant to fire damage. I don't think anyone's tried fire damage yet, so I'll pick the nearest tentacle and just sort of batting them away and sort of jabbing go for my booming blade normal attack maneuver.
The bob and weave.
So the first attack, 16 to hit?
No.
Okay. So that'll be just my action, and then my bonus action, I'll make a normal pike attack.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Okay, I'll roll the d10. 17 piercing damage. So trying to die, and then one of them lands.
Okay. You're just gonna kind of like slash at it real good. It's gonna kind of retract the tentacle a little bit, more as a kind of like just innate reaction more than like a kind of thought out movement or attempt at defense. Is that it for you?
I think so. I'm just gonna shout to Achilles, "You've got about another 30 seconds."
Okay. Dr. Donna.
All right. So, does Dr. Donna recognize if this creature is a fiend
Or
or
it is
an aberration?
There you go.
It's an aberration?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So Dr. Donna is going to touch her holy symbol on her shield and say, "The power of Athena compels you,
Nice.
abjures you, and I will abjure the extra planner."
Okay.
Which does... What does it do? Any creature within 30 feet. It's further than 30 feet of me, then isn't it?
Yes. It's going
I
to be
mean,
about
isn't it
50.
touching you? I thought it had her grappled.
I was within its.
Not me.
No,
I
she,
was within
Oh,
its
yeah, that's
thing
right.
whenever I was.
She was the only one that didn't get grabbed.
Yeah.
Well, but you all are pretty close to me, and you all are grappled by it.
It's got a relatively...
Does that count?
It's got a very long reach. Yes, because eventually you're going to be near, like, it's one of its outstretched tentacles as it kind of holds on to people.
So does that count
Yeah, I'll
for
let
this
it.
purpose?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's nearby.
On a failed save, creature's turn for 1 minute, or until it takes damage. Turned creature must try to move as far away as possible, and it can't move within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
So what is
As-
this save? 14 wisdom save.
Okay. As you touch your holy symbol, it becomes aware of what you are attempting to do. And as you go through the effort and the prayer, it's going to look, or at least face you, and a laugh of its previous incarnation of Hades is going to escape its disgusting maw as it uses its legendary resistance to pass your saving throw.
Damn.
I always love those things. Alright, sorry, Miss Donna, what else you got? Dr. Donna, sorry. Put some respect on that.
That is an action. So I think I'm going to harness Divine Power again
Okay.
as my bonus action to get another level 1 spell slot back.
Alright.
And that is my turn.
Alright. Getting spell slots back like a vending machine. Nice. Alright, Achilles. Still grappled. You're going to need your strength check to escape.
Alright, is that just automatic? I get a check?
Yeah.
So is that a saving throw or a straight strength check?
Straight strength check.
That is a modified 20.
Yes.
Alright, so I bust free. Do I still have my turn?
Yes.
Very unhappy with the slimy tentacle that tried to outstrength it.
it's more covered in fine barbs, so it's not gross and slimy. Like, it hurts like hell. Like fiberglass.
Oh, that's way worse.
Even better, yeah.
Ugh.
Like a jellyfish, just tiny little hair-like barbs that just hurt like all hell.
You scratched my armor. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some more javelins. And you know what? Hell with it. Yeah, we'll use another fighting spirit. And all my roll luck is going away. 16 doesn't hit, right?
It does not.
That's better. 26.
That does.
And last one is a 23.
Yes, also does.
All right, so that's 31 damage.
Ooh,
between both of them.
Very nice.
And then I will action surge for 3 more.
Oh, nice.
Another 26.
Yep.
That is a 15.
No.
And a 23.
Yes.
Right, so 2 more hits. And that'll be another 35.
Jeez. For the first time, after taking some damage, it's going to, like, kind of jerk and recoil in a much more kind of rational reaction to damage. It seems a little less kind of fluid in its movements as its tentacles are tentacling around. And it seems to have sunk slightly more towards the ground than when it first kind of burst forth from the sleeping bag. Yeah.
How high in the air would you say it is?
At this point, it's probably 5-6 feet off the ground, but it's so large that 5-6 feet off the ground you can still hit it. The main body part, the tentacles now are kind of resting on the floor and much more kind of moving upward as opposed to from top down.
Yeah, that is definitely within what I can do. So it's about 5-ish feet off the ground, and how big?
Like its dimensions from like the bottom of the body to the top is probably 10 feet.
So size category large?
Large as well.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm toe-to-toe with it at this point. All right.
You gonna try to wrestle it?
I will charge forward and bonus... Oh, no, I used action. I can't do it this turn.
Okay.
So, I'll stay where I am.
All right. The monster is going to kind of rear up its 4 tentacles again. Cyrus, 24 to hit.
24. I'll cast shield as a reaction then.
Okay.
Get me to 25.
Okay. Clark is going to be an 11 now. Okay. Achilles, 24 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay. And it's gonna go for Gunder's Echo with natural 20. So way to roll, way to waste that dice.
Yep. That's what it's there for.
It is going to. I'm sorry. Everybody who it hit is going to take 6 bludgeoning damage and be grappled. And who did it hit?
It hit me.
Okay. Is that it? Oh, and the echo. And what? The echo. Yeah. The echo disappears the second it gets hit.
Yeah, because it hit it. So yeah. Oh, and it's only got 1 HP. So yeah,
okay.
It's dead.
So as it grapples around, gets a firm grip on Achilles. The Hades laugh is going to return, and the monster and Achilles are going to just vanish.
Oh shit!
Where they stood. You can still kind of hear the kind of brushing of the tentacles as they kind of scrape about the floor, but they cannot. They're gone.
Now I have tremor sense.
Okay.
Do I have like an idea of where he squiggled off to?
You can tell it has moved from your perspective, like away from you.
Okay.
And it's actually your turn.
So I guess I'm gonna move in the direction that I last sensed it at.
Okay.
To try and keep it in my sense, because I can only do it for 60 feet. So.
Okay. What's your movement speed?
30.
If you move your full movement, you're still going to be able to. You're definitely going to be able to sense it. How does it work? Can you sense how far it is, or just that it's there?
If it's in the 60 feet, like I would be able to know like where it is since it's tremors.
Okay. Then you move your 30 feet. It is within probably 10 feet of you at your full movement speed.
Oh, it would have taken the thunder damage when it moved, by the way.
How much?
Oh, from me as well, yeah.
17 from me.
Okay.
And then from my last booming blade, another... Oh, that was the wrong... That's got to be... That was the wrong... It's going to be 3d8. On top of that, another 5 thunder damage.
As it grabs Achilles and disappears, you can hear it kind of sloshing along on the floor as it attempts to move. As it does move, your booming blades for both of you will kind of trigger, and the damage and the shock of the movement after the booming blade will make it not only appear but drop Achilles free onto the floor, where he will be knocked prone.
Like get a surprise attack against him?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of a bad thing. Taking the damage, dropping Achilles. But it is going to be your turn, Clark.
All right, cool.
Do I get any kind of save against falling prone?
Yeah, give me a dex save. We'll see if you're nimble enough to right yourself like a cat.
Oh God, I'm rolling like shit tonight.
That's a 27.
So you are going to land quite nimbly. Superhero landing, pirouette, backflip, feet together. The European judge is very impressed. You will not be knocked prone, and if anything, I have a much larger respect for you for falling more gracefully than I walk.
15's not going to hit, is it?
15 is not going to hit.
All right, then I'm miss on both my attacks.
Okay. It's going to kind of dodge and as best as it can from Clark's 2 swinging attacks. After that, we are going to go back up the top to Gunder.
All right, so it's like way off far down the hall.
It didn't end up moving.
Oh, right, because of the booming.
Yeah. So it's basically exactly where it was.
All right. bonus action, manifest echo right next to it.
Okay.
There's an ally right next to it too.
I mean, I should be, I think.
Yeah, you just. Oh yeah, duh. So stab, sneak attack, booming blade.
Okay.
Nat 20.
All right.
Oh god, this is gonna be so hard to calculate. All right. Oh,
it's,
so
it's the Julia
D&D Beyond,
Roberts being
it
with all
does
the calculus.
it does the dice for me. So one of those would be an 8. So 3 plus 8 plus 6. So that's 17 for the main attack.
You can go ahead and stop.
Oh god damn it.
Hey, look, man, I'm saving you the math.
All right.
So as you do this, tell me how your booming blade, sneak attack, the whole 9, kind of defeat this monster.
All right, but I want to throw the Macrox anyway.
All right.
So it was like 90 damage or something like that. Okay. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so we had just witnessed this guy disappear with one of our buddies. He just grabbed him yet again. But luckily we had just snuck him with booming blade. And as he tries to scurry off, I guess he was invisible or teleporting.
Invisible.
Dum dum, double blow of thunder stops him in his tracks. Buddy drops. The creature takes sudden heat of its situation, and that's all the time I need to fly in or to send in my echo, which flies in, and boom, booming blade, right up the back of its tentacle holes, out the front of it, thunder out the head.
As the body collapses, the kind of inky blackness creeps back over it and washes away again. It is returned to the form of the kind of humanoid Hades, shrunk down to a much more average proportion of a humanoid. And as he kind of lays there, flowers begin to bloom all around. A cool breeze kind of comes rushing in, and from behind you, you hear the kind of hard click of boots on the floor. Turn. Persephone makes her way through, kind of politely moves everybody out of the way, stands over the body. You thought I would be here forever, that I was your plaything and your prisoner. The days are done. The underworld need not be a place that to suffer. This can be a beautiful place after death, and nobody need fear you any longer. And she blows him a little kiss. He freezes, turns to ash. A breeze blows through, blows the ash, and as it does, it spreads wildflowers all over the inside of the chamber. Persephone looks at you. I and the names of countless souls cannot thank you for what you have done here. I will rule the underworld and be free to come and go as I see fit. This land will no longer be a land of torment and agony. It will be a place of transition, peace, and remembrance. I thank you, heroes. And now the time has come for you to realize that it is not yet your time to be here. And with my thanks and the eternal blessings of the Queen of the Underworld, I send you back. She snaps her fingers, and you find yourself on the shores of the crystal blue lake out on the road. An old man poking around at the stream. They turn, pull the hood back, revealing a dragon head, give you a wink, pull it back over, and goes back to poking away for their coin purse. And we would conclude our level 12 one-shot of Tartarus.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome, you guys.
No, it was sick.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Puny god.
Yeah, that was.
Did we literally just fix hell?
No, we just
Put
totally
someone
fucked it
else
up.
in power. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Isn't hell now like rehabilitation based instead of punishment based?
There's
You don't know enough about Persephone.
Oh yeah, good call.
I mean, they're fickle. Who knows? So
Whatever.
Yeah, everybody, that was awesome.
That's future Gunder's problem.
Yeah, that's Tomorrow's problem. All right. Yeah, so that was great. Once
That was
again,
a great game.
This was, like I said, everybody who's watching, this is a one-shot module available on the Dungeon Masters Guild. It is just called Tartarus. It's great. Like I said, everybody saw it. We ran it pretty much as written. We cut out some things just for time, but the encounters were the same for the most part. Everything was the same. I even copied the box text, which I usually don't do. Just to give everybody like a genuine idea of the module and not my version of it. As always, a great group of players today. We'll go around real quick and we'll meet the actual people behind these great characters. And we'll start up top with our Minotaur War Wizard, who I forgot was a wizard for most of the session because you were like smashing things and being big.
hey, I cast. My job was to keep Achilles up there. That was my job.
Like literally up.
Yeah, no, I'm Charles. I guess this is my third session, second game with you. It's been a great time. It's been great to see the community grow and everything. Happy to always put another character at the table. Great to I don't think I've played with anyone here before. Great playing with everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. Absolutely great team composition and everything.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys are great. All right, let's go on to our druid, who I was hell-bent on expecting him to turn into a stegosaurus, because that's what we talked about yesterday, and he didn't. Yeah, my very good friend, Clark. Shitter is full, Clark. Tell us about Lewis.
I'm Lewis. As May says, I help him with this channel. Been friends for a long time. Worked together, and I'm part of the Tuesday show on this channel. Tuesdays 7 o'clock. Our Twilight Malediction, Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. Having a great time playing a monk over there. I decided I wanted to play druid for once, so you may see Clark make an appearance.
Nice.
From time to time. You don't know.
I mean,
Really like the voice.
Yeah, I did too. Like, especially like you really hung in there too. I thought it was just gonna be like an intro thing, so that was awesome.
No, it was great.
All right, let's move on to meet one of our first timers. Raz tells Achilles, who spent most of the time giant, like a like very Greek kind of god kind of motif today. Yeah, man, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. It was great meeting you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, as much as you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a guy who plays way too much D&D, but doesn't believe in too much of a good thing. So I decided I'd chime in for a little one-shot, get to play, a new character, something different from what I normally do, and I had a great time, I love doing one-shots because it gives me an excuse to just make something that I've never played before, and that's exactly what I did. Watched, Troy, and I was like, oh, that would make a great D&D character.
Awesome. Like I said, it's great to meet you. Thanks for coming out. Achilles was awesome. Like every week, people show up with new characters, and they always just turn out great. So thanks, and it was great to meet you, and I'm glad we got to play with you. Let us go back to... I want to play the right side of this, so Nick, I'm sorry. The lesser half of the first couple of GrowedUpGeek Gaming, who played a sorcerer who flew around on a broom last time. Great fighter, having a lot of fun today. Just tell us about Nick a little bit.
I have just been playing D&D. Summer and I played in real life a couple of years ago to get into it, and then we started playing a campaign last year with our friends from back in Missouri online. This was before, I guess, right as the pandemic was hitting. And so we really got into it and I had a lot of fun with it. But that campaign had to be put on hiatus, so I started looking for group games, and I found this Discord and a couple other ones, and it's great having these groups of really great people that I can I could just constantly like, okay, well, I've got some time this week, I can go look for a game. And these one shots that you have every Wednesday are a lot of fun. Like Raz said, like being able to play, like just like, okay, well, this is a one shot, I don't have to worry about like, do I really want to play a bard for a whole campaign, or do I really want to play like this new character kind of thing? Like you can come up with something new. What I like to do is a lot is like tweak the same ideas to like change it up and see what else I can do with them. So yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thanks, man. It's good to see you. And we will go to your better half to finish out with our player core. Another first timer today. I hope you had a great time. We enjoyed having you. Like I said, I like titles with Doctor. So Summer, tell us a little, or Dr. Donna, tell us a little bit about the person Summer behind her.
Yeah, I had a blast. Thank you. This was a really cool experience. Way more like detailed theater of the mind than I've ever gotten to play before for in D&D. So that's really cool. And it was a really nice like team effort. I appreciated that. Especially as a newer player, it feels like awkward and uncomfortable sometimes as I'm trying to figure out like, can I do this or not do that? And I really appreciated y'all being patient with me as I was trying to figure some stuff out. And yeah, just really enjoying that. Love Doctor Who, hence the Dr. Donna character, and eventually will be Dr. Summer because I'm in grad school for my PhD right now.
Nice.
So yeah.
Congrats. All right. Like I said, as always, on the show, like I said, everybody kind of, they get it, whether they've heard me say it or whether it's just the one thing that sticks out is, like I said, this is a way for people to play as many character concepts as they have time for. You don't have to fall in love with it. You can even gear it towards your level. It can do this at this level, blah, blah, blah. So that's why we do it, and then I get to do it because, like I said, I get to tell short stories. I don't have to write 2 years of campaign. I can just write 4 hours, and everybody wins. As always, thank you to our amazing players, our people who showed up tonight to watch us. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We'd love the support to like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is on your platform of choice that you're watching this. You can catch me on Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. on our good friend Wiley Hobbit's Twitch channel, where I DM Greyhawk Lives, our postmodern 5th edition Greyhawk campaign. Tuesday nights here, DM for Twilight Malediction, our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. And then right back here next Wednesday, I believe, with some of you again next week for our level 4 one-shot back to Candlekeep Mysteries. So to everybody who came out today, to my amazing players, and everybody who watched, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. This is just the thing I love to do, and I appreciate you guys doing this. And so until if I don't see you on Sunday, hopefully we'll see everybody back here 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday for Twilight Malediction. Until then, everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And we will see you all later. Bye.
Thank you.